Hmm. It works a hell of a lot better. Yeah, yeah, like I was saying too, it's like I just need to learn how to use it again instead of saying it's a piece of shit. That's how it was when I first started using it. I said fuck this thing, and then I kind of figured it out, and it was like, oh, I can make this work, you know what I mean? And so yeah, that's all this. But definitely, it does not like to. It doesn't work on an incline, and I understand why it doesn't, but I wish it did. Is all I can say. So yeah, I mean everything seems copacetic, so I don't think starting over would probably uh, benefit us.
Okay, well, I'm cool with that.
Just takes forever. Okay, here. So yeah, I don't really know what to do here, Nitro. We got to get to this shit, and the only way to I don't want to. We don't have. I don't know how to explain it. Digging overburden fucking just doesn't feel right anymore. Uh, there's nowhere to fucking put it. It's not worth shit. Uh, we got the. I did some nuking in here. I just got to finish.
Oh, damn.
uh, Yeah, so I did a core sample. There's a mile, literally a fucking mile depth of rock down there.
Really?
Yeah, so um get that'll be a good one for new people as far as when people I don't know how to go down in there though as far as, it's going to be a process and I don't want to overblast, so I just got the overburden off of the middle so I have an idea how it's going to go, but with such a narrow little hole. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, there's this down here to fucking.
Oh, I guess we gotta try and get down here, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was pushing. I was gonna build a ramp with the bulldozer, and then things was kind of being being squeaky. No. And then we'll man, we're gonna need two bulldozers for all this land development we got to do.
Yeah. Where's our massive hole that we did last time? That's down here,
It's
isn't it?
over here where I'm at. That's where I was coming to look again and figure out probably just if you want to just keep working on figuring out how the hell we're gonna deal with this. Whee! Yeah, then there's this fucking problem.
Yeah.
It's kind of let's see, what did I unlock last night? I did some when I did my core sampling, I did it AFK, so we still got it. Oh man.
uh, I can I can take a bulldozer if you want, or let's try and. Yeah, we kind of we've. I'm not sure now the best way. Well, where do you want to head? Like, where do you want to
Well,
what are you thinking? What we send into the plant now?
anything that's worth money, but we don't even have a truck right this minute to put it in.
Uh-huh.
The like when I didn't want any vehicles to disappear, so I just sold them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, so that being said, the plant's like a buy all. It would be nice to actually have sorted shit because I don't know, it just feels stupid fucking filling a truck full of everything and shipping it. Um, God dang it, I took a bite out of the road. Whoops. Hang on. Freaking game. Um, I don't know, dude. There's that, and then I don't know which way I want to go with it because I don't know how big it is and which way it goes. It looks like it turns into something up there. So if you want to just get on the dozer and then start pushing this hill top into this bowl
Yeah.
and then expose expose this coal seam as best you can. Um, and then if you like, I think this up here. Okay, yeah, maybe just start plowing all this shit out around up here and figuring out what is, if this is like one big old coal seam or something that's on top. And then since there's nowhere to really to push it, you could actually just backfill this big old hole that we created.
Okay. Yeah, because there's not
That,
much that we want in there at the minute, is there?
no.
Okay.
So I'll slap that bulldozer down up here. So yeah, there's nothing in that hole. So if you just want to start filling that hole, and then if you start hitting a seam, just I guess leave the seam maybe,
So
and
basically,
then
just yeah, take the top off of all this to see what's in there,
yeah,
and
yeah,
push it in the
and
old.
hopefully it's a big old seam of something, and I'll go try to get that seam up there. Do you? And if you want any dynamite or anything too, let me know.
Okay. Cool stuff.
Yeah, should work out pretty well. And then I think I'm gonna take a break. Just kidding.
I'm cool with that. You know me. I'm chilled.
I oh yeah, like that one day, fucking, I had to do all my chores, try to catch up on chores and shit, and when you dug out that one hole for us. But yeah, I don't know if uh, I know Apex has been busy and then burned out too. I think as far as I think he realized pretty quick to where it was like, whoa, dude, I just spent my days off working. That was tiring, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And but yeah, I haven't really heard out of Man vs Games at all. We haven't done any convoys and we haven't done anything, so I think I kind of piss people off because I don't play with them. You know what I mean?
Well, or it might be that they don't have the opportunity. Why is this thing going so slow?
and my schedule, fucking a lot of things. Uh, you know, springtime. Like I get people have lives and stuff too. So, but yeah, hopefully I might buy an open cab for up here. It's kind of a trip at first, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now let's see if the game can handle dueling dozers.
It should do now.
Is your game lagging at all?
I had a little
Mine was a
spike
little
there.
bit. I think it's fucking with me because of the rain mostly.
Yeah, possibly. We
Let me know
are
if it gets bad for you.
intercontinental though.
Yeah,
As
let me
well.
know if it gets bad. I guess I could turn my graphics down a little bit too. I had my graphics all the way up too. I probably should turn them down a little bit a while ago. No need to have super high graphics.
No, not no.
Oh yeah, that just solved my issues. I turned the fog off too.
That was
Honestly, it
an
still looks
amazing thing.
foggy.
Yeah. So they changed how how the basically the map is calculated by the game, and I think that was the difference between like, oh, I'm going off the edge. No, I'm holding it. I'm holding it. I'm on the edge. Oh no, go down.
Ruh-roh.
Oof. Big slam. Yeah, how the game calculates like the ground and things, a lot of back end stuff, and so obviously with games that were already started, it's almost had to do that like twice, I suppose, whereas it was a little bit harder for the game to.
Yeah, I know they said with they managed to find and correct a major issue in calculating the dirt ratio or something, some bullshit. And then as far as I know, like when it just um they just recode everything that they changed as far as with the update, like the uh, your game files. So yeah, luckily it didn't corrupt the file or anything bad. Farm Sim was really bad about that, if I remember right. Every time there was a big update, it would like corrupt saves and
Yeah, it really played up.
um,
Yeah.
that game doesn't really get that many updates either.
No, and yeah, I don't know what they're playing at really, but they've not.
Everything's working good for me though. Is it working good for you so far?
Yeah, it's good. Apart from driving off the hill, but yeah, I'm
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I like to think the impression I got anyway from the Christian, the dev, being in the Q&A this evening, is that now they've done this change to the dozers and the graders, like their next sort of, or what they're already working on is doing the same for other pieces of machinery that are already in the game. And that should be a lot smoother because they already know, they've already built the model for these. And then also they've done it as a way to make modding easier because they're 100% backing like modding.
Oh, nice.
And so it's just going to make, they're basically making it as easy as possible so that when mods are a thing, if you've made mods, every time the game gets updated, they don't break, similar to Farm Sim, where you then have to wait for a mod dev to read, like, to fix any issues.
That's how Truck Sim is, dude. It's bad.
Yeah. So they're taking that experience of themselves, because it's obviously how they started was modding, and then trying to make it not happen, basically.
Nice. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of lag with dueling dozers, but I'm still getting it. Like, the progress is good, so it's like, oh well, who cares?
Yeah, there's a little bit. I wonder if that is internet based, or yeah, I don't know.
Well, I know when Apex and Man vs. Games was on and we were getting on the dozer, it was lagging all of us out. So it's more of a game issue than our global setting, I
Oh
believe.
right, yeah, because they're in the
Yeah. And those two guys are like really close to each other as far as on the same grid. I'm on a separate grid, and then I only have 300 megabyte a second internet, but I'm used to game on 5 megabyte a second, so I'm sure it's good enough.
yeah.
Fucking my hotspot sometimes would be in the gigabytes when I was gaming.
But yeah, they definitely got the work cut out trying to please everyone. That's well, it's not something you're ever going to do, is it? But
No, but yeah, they got their work cut out for. I mean, I can't complain as far as, like I got the game for free, all this. So for me, it's like, heck yeah. But for like you guys that don't really play, like, how I play a lot of games. So to me, it's just like another thing to do. So, but for people that like thoroughly enjoy playing this and only this, I can't imagine how hard it must be to wait for this shit to hit.
yeah.
Union break. Well, yeah, the dozers are a lot handier. I'll give them that. But something about moving overburden, man. It sucks.
Yeah, it's not the terrible lock still. Long save.
Yeah, it is a long save.
It's because we've got
Yeah,
many walls.
I'm not very sure either. I'm not, like I was saying too, it's like I don't know what to do as far as It's gonna be a lot of work getting 25 million bucks, is what I'm looking at. Um, it's just gonna be a lot of work getting the money, and that's like the other night when we was on and I was super tired. I was kind of doing that, like trying to just find something closer to the sell point, so to speak. And there's really nothing.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Like honestly, it's like they're really, there's really not nothing like we just got to move a lot of dirt right now. There ain't no way around it. Uh, but I'm sure the blasted rock down there. If this turns out to be a big ass coal seam here, and that's a big ass coal seam over there, we're gonna be in. We're gonna be in it. And then like this side bank over here, too, on the other side of the bank was all copper and lithium and like precious metals. So this should work out just fine.
Or we have to try and go into the hill.
Yeah, and then by then we'll have the face shovels. So, excuse me. Excuse me, Nitro. By then we should have the face shovels. Are you live streaming too?
Yep, I am
Heck
indeed.
yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm by the time we get a couple more of these down, I should have my system down for muting my comms while I'm hacking, or and then language, tone down the language.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was in a bad mood, kind of, just typical day. So yesterday was a bad one for me. I got on Truck Simulator and started listening to CB radio, and then you start thinking about all the bull crap, politic crap, and it just starts flowing.
Yeah.
A lot's changed since I seen you last, man.
A lot has changed. Yeah. The US has made some decisions and gone in some places and done some things.
Yeah, the JD Vance, our VP, he was at a conference, and they were wanting answers about like, what do you feel about this? And his answer was pretty much like, uh, can't think of how to word it the way he did, simply, besides just saying, the decisions made, we don't need to go blabbing our mouths. But based on the intel they have, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
things, I don't think people want to accept that radicalists, or whatever you want to label them as, took advantage of the open borders in Europe and the United States, and oh God, I can't even imagine the mess in the world today.
Oh, they're definitely hiding here somewhere.
I remember, God, like 10 years ago too, man, they were all showing up and riding bicycles, and like it looked like they were training. This was when I lived on the West Coast. Uh, Oregon did a sanctuary city thing.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Tyler Freedom? That's a left-handed cigarette you're toking on. Man, do you watch my live streams? Because I'm the only other fucking person I know that calls weed left-handed cigarettes. This guy must be a regular viewer.
Yeah.
Because if anybody else ever says that, I tell you what. Anyways, but yeah, no, and that's the thing too with, like, if you look at uh, there's got to be some bad shit. I don't think Trump's uh, radical enough to go blasting Iran's leadership over um, them airing that video. The bullet won't miss twice. I think that we have a lot of intel showing that, oh, these are the guys that are funding the assassination attempts, the Charlie Kirk murder, God knows what else. And
Well,
and
just today we had a military base. It was an air force base that had there was a package found when they were doing searches, like what do they call them?
yeah,
Like
IED,
IED, yeah,
improvised explosive device.
yeah, like a yeah. So yeah, they
There was a excuse me, was a related, or was it marked with Arabic bulls crap or whatever,
was it what?
or
Sorry.
anything like? Did it have any of that Arabic or Allah Akbar, whatever? They shot up some. They had a. I think it was yesterday here in the States. Someone went and shot the fuck out of a bunch of people screaming Allah Akbar in the act.
Yeah, wasn't that
Uh,
a Jewish place? Was it?
yeah, something like that. Yeah, they went down to a ceremony and started shooting them up,
Mhm.
screaming Allah Akbar and fucking. And then down in New York, someone threw a homemade nut bomb just full of nuts and bolts, like something out of a fucking video game, dude. Uh,
Yeah.
literally, they went. Have you ever seen The Last of Us? That
Uh,
apocalypse dude?
no, no.
In that game, you craft these bombs where you throw nuts and bolts and washers, screws, whatever, and these fucking things. You duct tape them up, you know.
Yeah.
That's what this fucking nerd went out there and did. Uh, I think he was a like a represented Muslim or some bullshit. I don't
Radicalized.
know. Radicalized, thank you. Yeah, and that, anyways, so yeah, just to be here in the States and seeing the gay people protesting for Iran, it's like, motherfuckers, if those people got their hands on you, they'd throw your gay ass off a roof with a fucking rope around your neck.
Yep.
Like, what are you doing, man?
Do
That's
not
not, I'm not,
understand who they are. Yeah.
yeah, like, there are people in this world that will rape and murder you and beat you to fucking death with a stone. It's not just Hollywood. So, anyways, yeah, I'm like, oh, what the fuck, man? The, uh, I like Mark Rubio. I haven't looked into that XF dude, but all I know is that the individual took what he learned during his deployment, and on paper, what they done was the way you should do it. You know, you don't go on a war path to the bottom up. You start at the top, and you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so on paper, it's like, yeah, it's a good strategy, uh, but man, oh well, hey, let that guy take the fucking heat for it. But that's the thing, is like now here they're digging up here in the States, like about, you know, all these deals that they done in the '70s that Jimmy Carter never answered to, all these things, and it's like the only reason it wasn't a big old, because the states never reacted to it. Uh, America never responded to it. You know, they just acted like it didn't happen, so to speak. Heck yeah, man. Tyler Freeman. I guess he's just one of the left-handed smokers too, because he says yeah. That's funny. Yeah, if you watch these live streams, buddy, you know I always say that left-handed cigarettes, but I'm actually smoking a joint right now. But yeah, no, he's, and you know what? Just what blows my mind is that like the first thing the young men do is cry, "I'm gonna get drafted to war." It's like that's your first fucking thought, dude. There's a fucking progress to mandatory military service. Don't worry, you'll see it fucking coming, Bubba, and that'll be all your brothers and sisters not coming home that volunteered. Uh, that's, you know, fuck's sakes. And oh, I said I was gonna work on my language. 5 minutes later,
It's all good.
the
You're yeah, it's frustrating. That's why yeah, you find it frustrating, so it's understandable.
Yeah, and then like I was saying last time we was live streaming Nitro, I said it's just it come with the old timers, just the way they conducted their sentences, and they were highly intelligent for the most part and had very large vocabularies. It just was just the way they talked, and then so I, you know, yeah, it just kind of rubbed off on me. Um, but anywho, yeah, I just seen the way the young people react. It's never. It's all so selfish. It's all so selfish. And then Democrats are making sure to spread the pictures and the words about the service members that have been lost since America's actions. And it's like, where were you guys during the fall of Afghanistan? Huh? Where the hell were you? He's hiding,
Yeah.
you know? Like, the hypocrisy here is just, it's the problem, man. It's, and anywho, but yeah, it's just what a mess. And that's kind of where I feel about it is I just don't know the, uh, I just don't know enough about none of it. But at the same time, I feel like with the track record, and on it, it's a bigger picture too. Trump is doing some of the most American first things he could actually do. We don't need Venezuela's oil, but you know who does? China. You know who buys all Iran's oil? China does. You
Yeah.
know who's coming to silently death to America? China. The intel is there too about all the fentanyl and all the drugs and all these programs that uh, the United States Treasury says that Trump's tariffs are illegal because it made I think it's 290 billion or $1 trillion is a lot of fucking money, dude. Not trillion, it was in billion
Mhm.
in 1 year. And our federal treasury or whatever court bill barred it as illegal. Who the hell are they working for? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's just like it's just so obviously painted on the writing on the wall kind of thing. Hopefully we can find unity. I think we will one day when we're all dead. We're in the dirt and the worms and the maggots.
It's mad. Yeah, it's mad to think how we sort of all carry on, isn't it? Like this.
I just like that old song. It was on the radio today when I was driving home. How do we sleep in our beds while they're burning?
Mhm.
And that's yeah. And then it's like politicians don't miss a beat. They don't miss a paycheck if export stops. If domestic uh, demand stops, they don't miss a beat. They get paid when the government shut down. I guess you know what I mean. It's like, heck yeah, man. You would act a lot less genuine if you never missed a paycheck either. You just anyways, yeah. How do we sleep in our beds while they are burning? That's a fact. This man is a cannabis connoisseur. Heck yeah, brother. Yeah, Nitro. You don't smoke cannabis ever, do you, Nitro?
Don't smoke at all, me.
Yeah. You're not a fan of the token and smoking, huh?
No, never really have been to be fair. So, just
Oh, I get that.
tobacco never did my grandparents any good, and I think I learned hard from that.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, that is a uh it's different when it's your own people uh that are ill or going through it. Uh my buddy's mom passed away from lung ill caused from cigarette smoking, and it that was like the first time something that happened to somebody else kind of hit home with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I used to sit around and smoke cigarettes. You know how it is, smoking families. You know how they are. And anyways, so I thought, man, well, we do need to stop smoking cigarettes, because really, yeah. But anyways, that's good. Yeah, no, and I've been griping a lot lately because tobacco changed once again, the consistency of. Oh yeah, the government is doomed. There's this thing called the Economic Reform Union Break. There's a bunch of weirdos out there that do not believe in individuality, and free thought. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to sound blunt, but it's like every time I watch the economic reform, it looks like a bunch of old Nazis sitting around talking about depopulating the planet.
Yeah. I'll be two
The
seconds.
all right, buddy. To clear out the overburden down here. But all this, everything besides this little hole right here, I'm showing you, was hand dug. As you can see, I did not hand dig this because there's a uh, mountain. Let's see, where's my core sample at? Did I lose my core sample hole? Okay, I took a core sample. There's a lot of, yeah, I lost the core sample hole. Oh no, it's right here, I think. Let's see. No, it's not right there. It doesn't matter. Um, but this is pretty. Ah. Oh, Nitro's back.
I'm back.
I could tell the game started lagging.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't mind one bit at all. We got to get this stuff done. I'm just telling Big Mike here about the. See, all this is hand dug. This here was a big old hillside. All that, blah blah blah. Uh, we can go to the. So yeah, so far we've sold 36 million, and we spent 34 million. But yeah, they just had a major update. Also, one of my viewers, Nitro, told me that Maine says they cannot pay their public defenders no more because they probably got cut off on federal funding because their bullshit policies, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, and we can't even start all that. This ramp here is hand dug too, Mike, but it's not finished because it's going up. There's been some blasting done here, as you can see. I did some blasting on the overburden, but this is going to go up to the top of this mountain here.
Check out the last
Yeah,
live
so
stream if you want to see the nukes. We
yeah,
did some
yeah,
nuke testing.
yeah. Well, I dropped about 30 nukes off on the start of this one too. So if you want to see some nukes go off, yeah, we've been the nukes changed even, dude. They're brighter and bigger flashes
Oh no, we've
now.
gone off the edge again. Oh, man down.
Again, man down. So yeah,
Oh,
anyways, this
fly.
kind of gives it up here. This kind of gives it a better uh, point of view, I guess you should say. So yeah, anyways, this is where I just wandered out here one day and we started digging. And then we built this road, Nitro and me, and Apex helped build it by flipping dump trucks over.
That was
Kept
funny.
wrecking when it was
That was
early
funny.
development. Yeah, it was funny. Hand dug, yep, dug with equipment. We didn't have earth movers when we started either. This has been developed on hardcore mode only. So, you know, we started out with literally construction job sized equipment and a fucking Peterbilt. And
Yes. We did it proper,
uh
we have, to be fair.
yeah, it's like a 655 John Deere wheel loader and a Peterbilt to start out with. And then we got, you know, obviously articulating, but yeah, let's see here. Where the heck is it? Oh yeah, so we started out with that and one of these. Oh no, loaders. Nope, not even that one. We had this one. Little Arvik L8000, which is equivalent to a 655 John Deere case, whatever. Well, we've done a lot of pickaxing and hand shoveling too, but not all this has been hand mined, no. The uh but yeah, it's about a mile almost from the power plant to the mine. All this has been, yeah. Uh Over here it's gonna be another pit. It's gonna be a pit. Nitro's is gonna turn into a pit. I'll show you the road we built.
The road is
It's kind
pretty
of
sick, to
stuck.
be fair.
What's that, buddy?
The road's pretty sick.
Oh yeah, yeah. The road is pretty sick, and it's almost done. I literally just gotta finish that one spot. I just was waiting for the dozer update because honestly, now that we have the blade and the dozer, get Nitro on the blade with his joysticks, and he can make that road square instead of round because it's kind of bowled out looking. But I ain't too worried about it at this time because you know, we're just trying to keep our bank account going. But anyway, so yeah, this was literally just all mountainside, hillside. We started digging and going. Uh, I mean, that right there took me 20 hours just to dig this one part out. Sorry, it is stuttering a little bit, but that's because dude's over there with moving a mountain with the bulldozer. And don't stop, Nitro. Even if I'm bitching about lag, I'm just telling people in the live stream
It's all good.
if they see stuttering. That is what the bulldozers do. Now it is a lot better than it used to be. We had two bulldozers working. Yes, even with stuttering, we were able to I mean, shit. Look at how much is done here.
Hi,
We
Mike.
surveyed.
I'm watching. I'm watching. Tonorat stream. I'm streaming myself, but I'm watching Tonorat stream, so I can. Hello.
Yeah, we're just back. This hole here, we know what's in here. We know where the seam's at now, so we think there's a more of a seam under it. So he's just pushing that hill off, and there ain't really nowhere good to go with it. So we're just gonna backfill this hole for now. I think, in my mind, theoretically, it will all work out to where about the time we. Hey, don't lean forward.
Have you seen the very British movie? Oh shoot, I've forgotten the name of it now. As I take my foot off the brake, I've got the handbrake on. It's fine. The park and brake. Flipping out. What's it called? With the 3 minis. It doesn't get more British.
Heber?
No, I'm gonna have to search it up. This is embarrassing. I'm literally googling it.
Yeah, I gotta do that
Italian job.
sometime.
Italian job.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, we're at the end when they're off the edge of the mountain in the bus, and they got the gold in the back, and they're like, don't move."
Yeah, that's what you're doing right now.
Yeah. This is only going to be like the 5th time I've gone down in the old. Okay, here goes. Nothing.
Bye, Nitro.
I didn't even land up the right way. Oh, yep.
Ah, nice. That rollover protection really works good.
Yeah, auto correct.
Good
Then
times.
we have to escape reality for a minute, so I don't have to drive all the way back up here because it's
Oh no, man, that's
too
just
steep
Uber.
to get up here.
Oh, yeah. Mike thought you was going over. He sent it.
I did. Yeah, I did. It took a minute to gather my thoughts and say my prayers, and off I went.
Called me mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we started this project, Mike, this is just all wilderness, and I told Nitro, I was like, "Oh, we need a road to the power plant," and so he cut out the line, and and then with my late night schedule, and I get burned out and bored on Arma and everything, so I'd start getting on here late at night and just working on this road and whatnot, and uh, that pit where he's working will probably expand over to the edge of this road, I imagine. Looking at the way the hillside's all dark, and then over here, there's some stuff in here that we was core sampling, but like this just ran completely out. It just stopped. So and then this is where I kind of stopped working on the road right here because I wasn't sure which way I wanted to go with it as far as there's a bunch of ore there. I don't know what it is, if it's coal or iron or rock or what. So, but yeah, this is how we started that haul road with just like this little fucking outline right here.
You'll see that we're doing this. If you do see anyone else's like YouTube of this game, you'll see that we're doing it very differently to most people, and I think it's good. It's unique to most people. Everyone's
Yeah,
straight in trying to build the wash plants and that.
Yeah, everybody's always going after like building these massive sort plans, whatnot, this and that. And like I understand that, but I don't think these people actually go to these places or come from generational mining family like I have as far as Oh, by the way, they lost a guy at Kennecott yesterday in the shop. Hydraulic ram, uh, blunt force.
Damn.
Uh, yeah, killed the mechanic at 38 years old there at the Kennecott Copper Mine in Bingham Canyon, Utah yesterday. Uh, that's where my grandpa worked. But anyways, the point is I don't think a lot of people see like how even with coal being king, the way they used to truck the coal to the power plant, dude, in a haul truck, because they didn't have all those tipples and all those conveyors and blah 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 blah, you know. And anyways, but yeah, the I seen that news yesterday, and yeah, it's just the way it goes, though, man. Normal day at work turns like there was one time me and this kid were trying to get a lift ram off of a haul truck, and we were using the porta power press, and
Yep.
I can't remember how many thousand pounds of the calculation between the like the psi to the pressure we was putting on it, but we had that fucking thing maxed out, dude. And I was like, I said to Jonah, I was like, dude, it's the end of the shift. Just leave it for fucking night shift. Like we're not, if even if we get that thing popped loose, we can't finish, and then we're gonna have this thing. And this is the same. This kid, I respect the shit out of him. He took more shit at work and never quit. He's twice the man I'll ever be. But this is the same kid that fucking left a 16-cylinder cat engine hanging by a nylon strap that wasn't even rated
Oh,
for the weight
Jesus.
in between shifts. And he had a degree from Wyotech. But like I said, dude, this kid's twice the man I'll ever be, I feel like, deep down inside. So I respect the fucking shit out of him. And, but anyway, I was smoking weed, and I didn't want to get drug tested, let alone I didn't want somebody to get hurt. So I was like, yeah, why don't we just fucking leave it? And he's like, well, whoa, whoa, whoa. And anyways, that's the kind of shit that gets people hurt because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you're playing with tons and tons of pressure. It's like you might as well just go fucking play with a pipe bomb.
Yep.
That's the same kid we was taking tire off a haul truck, and one of the bosses came by. He's like, squeeze that thing harder with the tire squeeze. And I said, he's got to squeeze as hard as it'll go. And he's like, you deflate the tire? And I said, no. I was a new hire. And, oh, fuck, it, because, you know, it's a big, I can't remember how tall those tires are in inches, but I think they're 18 foot tall, because I'm 6'4", and I'm not even half as tall as it. Um, anyways, you're supposed to drop them down to 20 pounds before you take them off the truck. That way, if it blows out, you don't have a fucking bomb. Uh, when you're handling it with the tire squeeze, which is just a big old forklift with these arms on it that are really cool, dude. They spin, they squeeze, they for moving those halter tires around. Anyways, so yeah, that was just stuff that, like, for me was really discouraging as far as it was like everybody that's been out here and like everybody just like they don't care. They're just trying to hang in there and finish paying their bills and make it to the end of the road for them. Like, you know, I worked with some awesome people that were really good teachers, but there was other people that just had no fucking care to teach. Yeah,
One goal kind of pet people, like just themselves.
yeah. They don't really think about, or they like look at that kid like, I don't like that kid. I don't want to be around him, so he doesn't get taught anything
Mhm.
because they don't want to be around him or work with him. And and then there was times I got put with like better teachers, and then I was a terrible helper because I was like, you know, just I don't know, like I'm human, so I. But that's like the thing I always look at. Accountability is a big thing, so I always take accountability for when I didn't show up for myself. When I dropped the ball on myself, um, at points in my life, so it's like, oh, whatever. But anywho, the point is though is that yeah, that's one thing that's the one thing I got exposed to in the mining industry was how many people inexperienced workers there was because of COVID. They lost a lot of people with furloughs and layoffs and domestic decline and export decline, and then after COVID ended, the big boom happened. Things got really busy. Like that's why that guy in West Virginia is dead, is because they had a bunch of green hats or red hats back east. They're red hats, and working at that mine. and these people can't. I don't know how to explain it, dude. Some people naturally are really good at navigating underground. Most people can't, and so yeah, when you got all these inexperienced kids working there and crap, and they don't remember that you need to tag out and tag in. That's why they have those tag boards, is for et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, yes, coal prices have gone up. Coal generation went up 13% also. Trump did save 2 coal mines in my neighboring county. That may not mean a lot to people, but that is about 700 jobs that pay over $40 to $50 an hour, union jobs with benefits. That's, oh God, what would that be? 700 times 100,000. That's a lot of money for the county economy. Plus all the mineral rights and the taxes and the stuff the county actually gets aside from just having the employees in the area. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the one where I lived didn't make it though. But that's just the way it goes. Anyways, oh, I love working underground, Big Mike. I tell you what, I've, if you told me life underground or life on the surface, I'd take underground any day of the week. That's in my region though. If I was back in Kentucky or West Virginia or Pennsylvania or Iowa, I'd want to be up top for damn sure. Or in Britain, like where Nitro's from, those guys had to go a lot deeper, from what I understand, because of the just the landscape and the terrain, for one, and also not trying to be a dick, but they don't have the land mass that we do for like massive strip mining,
We
so
definitely
to
don't
speak.
know.
So for like you guys, as far as like all your mines were shaft,
Yeah,
as far as like you get in an elevator, you ride down everything, like in the States, 2/3 of our mines are portal. You drive in them in a full-size pickup. Uh, and then back east, they have a lot of those that they got electric locomotives. Everybody rides in on a train. I've seen the pictures from Britain and Germany of those dudes in their underwear sweating because it's 110 degrees Fahrenheit in the working face because of how deep they are.
yeah, insulated down there, no air.
Yeah, nobody understands the only reason that, like, I don't know, like, nobody understands in the last 20 years that I want to see other countries have wealth and prosperity and success too. So I'm not trying to sound like a greedy person, but all as they did with gutting and stripping our manufacturing and our mining industries across the board and our energy generation sources. All you did is provide the economy to third world countries, communist countries, countries that can provide the product for bottom dollar because of slave labor, child slave labor, or communist fucking wages, livelihoods. I don't know what a Chinese coal miner makes, you know what I mean, but uh, I don't know what a Chinaman in a shipyard makes, but you know what? I want to see him make some money too. But they don't even know what freedom really is.
No.
They don't look that fucking happy either. you know, when those guys go to Beijing and they get escorted around and they got like these paid civilians, it looks like it don't add up, dude. That's not natural. you know, that's like as scripted as some old World War II propaganda film to show back home. Because we all know that they like at D-Day, a lot of the like the propaganda film that because they lost all 90% of the footage or pictures from D-Day because the cameraman, I believe, drowned or was killed on
Oh
day
damn.
3. Yeah, I don't want to tell a story and not know all the facts, but one of the main cameramen for D-Day, he didn't make it off the beach, I believe, and then the other one died on D-Day plus 3 or D-Day 3 or whatever, because you know how they had it, whatever. But anyways, if I remember right, all the footage, most of the pictures of the initial landings were lost. And that's how come there's literally only like, I think, 2 minutes worth of film worth of D-Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and then like the dudes that dropped in with the paratroopers, like the 82nd, 101st, that were supposed to be, no, they didn't make it. Not laughing about it because it's not funny. I'm just, yeah, yeah. And you know what, dude? Like, there's a lot up in the air, you know, and things going on and things being said about Trump, and then his attitude doesn't rub well with people, and they love to clip him and edit him up to make him look as bad as they can. But I will say what I think I'm witnessing is the most America First thing that we've probably seen in my lifetime of 32 years. Because if you look at Venezuela, if you look at Iran, if you look at the war machine they're fueling over in China, I mean, they can't even give their oil away for 10, 15 bucks a barrel before all this happened to China. Uh, blah, 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 blah. The point is that I think intelligence probably does show that China's only reason we didn't face some kind of Armageddon during the Biden administration while everything was all fucked up was because people didn't have their shit together because they didn't see something like that coming after COVID. And I don't think people, but back to the point, I already said this once, but I'll say it again, is that I think what we're witnessing is uh, a bunch of politicians are trying to get out of the economic reform and the new world order and the agenda that's been being scripted, written out, uh, whatever you want to. It's deeper than my noodle can dig for you, to, say it in 2 minutes and have it, constructed to make the point, express how I feel, all those topics I'm not one of those kinds of people, so I don't really know how to say it. But yeah, it's wild. Honestly, I probably should stop playing video games and start studying and educate myself because being a dumbass is dangerous. You know what I mean?
I don't think.
But
I think you're more intelligent than you give credit for.
yes, thank you, Nitro. Yeah, and I think it's just a lot of observation, right? I mean, you're a grown man too. Isn't that a lot of what life is? Is you just, okay, you listen and you digest it, and then you observe, and then you listen more and you observe more, and the more you hear and the more you see, the more you understand just what's real and what ain't. And
Yeah.
and that's the thing is that, yeah, and I, everybody wants I'll vote for the motherfucker a third time. Now if they say something about, I don't think this, and I'll stand by this. I really don't think if it took, I don't know what extreme have they gone to try to demoralize the dude. Do you think if Trump was out there as a predator against children, like these fucking people are, that it would have took this fucking long? And you think, are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? You know, yeah, time will tell, whatever. But do I believe? Fuck no, I don't believe it. You know what I mean? And I think the only reason they don't want to release all that shit, as far as the fact of it goes, is they know that, well, everybody's brains melting right now. We can pass any bit of legislation, policy, this, that, this. Yeah, sure, it's bad for public relations or the people, but look at the people and the way they're reacting to, you know. So that being said, it's like, yeah, we'll see about that. But I firmly doubt that is, and them trying to weaponize that again. where the fuck were these people 10 years ago when we was saying there's an island, they're eating kids, they're taking their blood and their stem cells, and all this satanic stuff that sounds like something John Carpenter couldn't even write a book or direct a movie about because it's so, you know, oh no, And now we got a bunch of meatheads crying, fucking pedophile. It's like, where you been for 10 years? Oh, you didn't hear it on CNN or MSNBC or whatever kind of, and fuck no, I don't watch Fox News. You know what I mean? But, anyways, because it's just, it's like, where these people been, man? And, we've been trying, Union break. I've been on break this whole time. But yeah, we've been trying to save, like that, Tom Holman, dude, that guy's a legend. He's like, everybody's crying about ice and this, and he's like, you realize what the way it needs to be done is people, we're looking for 330,000 missing fucking kids, and those kids ain't been kidnapped. They came over here and they had a sponsorship on some bullshit immigration policy. And the sponsor took the check and ran or whatever, took the money, is collecting the money. God knows what they're doing with it. All we know is they ain't reported back. They don't know where the kid is. This is mad. That stuff's madness. You know what I mean? That's just, whoa, man. Like, something's got to be done. So, that's and that's what I hate about these people. I can't label them. That's what I hate about these people is that it's like, uh, those bombs just took my whole train of thought.
Sorry.
But that's what I hate about these people is it's just like, where you been? Where was you on the fall of Afghanistan? For everyone that got blown up that day or left behind. Now you guys are taking your duty and your time out to make sure we know every name and backstory of every American soldier that has been lost due to this Iran deal. And yes, that's horrible. And thank you for honoring their memory and sharing that. But where was you fucking hypocrites? Because, I was watching women and children clinging to the landing gear of planes in the 21st fucking century, man. you know, oh man, well, yeah. So yeah, and I honestly, it's funny because I remember when you're a kid and you see those dudes and those families and those people that lost their mind and would be living out in the hills, and you think, what a fool to leave behind all this comfort and just class, elegance, And once you get older and you start to realize it's like, yeah, I think a swamp shack would do me good, but I can't even get one without paying taxes on that too.
No. What is
So,
what is off grid anymore?
yeah, and I don't even know, like, dude, I don't. All I know is that if you look at the dawn of man, people been fighting, disagreeing, ripping each other apart, burning each other alive in the most brutal, dark ways. It ain't never gonna change. And the only thing that's different now is instead of you getting stoned to death, you're gonna be vaporized. If it ain't a atom bomb, it'll be an energy weapon. You know what's wild too? You know what kind of information the administration is getting about? Imagine being in a political position in 2016, okay, like Trump, and then leaving for 4 years, like Trump, and then coming back. And those same fucking energy weapons mounted on the front of planes seen in Hawaii. There's all the film of it, dude. Big old beams coming out of the sky. Even the National Geographic Volcano Watch camera caught the one beam. No place, no business, no that live stream has no conspiracy, none of that. And anyways, the point is that oh shit, Nitro's here. He's like, you ain't got shit done.
I just need some fuel, please.
Oh shit, my bad.
Wait, she's coming.
Um,
There she is.
there, yeah, I'll even fill it up. I'll fill it up and grease it. Yeah, change out the air freshener. Uh-oh, is there like a different process to fueling now?
No, shouldn't be.
Oh, I guess I just got to put it on the side. So, anywho, yeah, and that's the way I look at it. Is people been killing each other since the dawn of man. It ain't gonna stop. Uh, the big powers don't want war because they know that, well, that's what it's going to turn into. Fucking doomsday. There you go, man.
Thank you.
So that's the only thing stopping that stuff. Um, I seen a deal today though that was they're starting to really look at the Israeli administration as far as if they were behind killing Charlie Kirk because they knew if Charlie Kirk was alive that they would never get Donald Trump to help them or allow or to fall for it. I don't, dude. I can't even say that like these people. I don't know how to explain it, but watching these people that were close to these people that are involved with these people, they're losing their fucking minds as far as like the more they find out, the more they learn, the more they, yeah. So we're gonna just enjoy every day, play our games, uh, you know, smoke weed, pet our dog. Uh, for the last 4.5 years, man, there's, I mean, since I play these first-person shooters, I get flooded with videos from Ukraine, and it's just like I can't tell you how tired I am of seeing people get blown up and
Yeah.
shot. And these are not fighting men. These are fucking these are boys and scared fucking helpless people that don't know what the fuck is going on. Uh yeah. And I mean, yeah, Nitro gets it too because he's also in a western nation that's like shoving pro Ukraine NATO propaganda down our throat. And I'm just like, motherfucker, you think that those people can put up a fight against Russia's got generational war bred into them people. Like, I'm sure they got dudes on the ground there that was in Afghanistan. Literally, it wasn't that long ago. They probably got 60-year-old advisors out there that was, so you think you think Russia's so silly and weak? They literally just put up a 4.5 year fight against a country that had everybody and their fucking dogs send them money and guns. That says something. I mean, Russia just got a little piece of everybody, and I mean, yeah, sure, they got some strikes, near Moscow. They hit a plant, they hit a this, they hit a that. How many square kilometers of Ukraine are they currently liberating? I think that's what they call it. That's what we call it here when we go invade people. Yeah, we're gonna liberate you guys.
Yeah, trying to
You'll be
liberate.
what? Honestly, though, dude, that's the thing is like I had to stop studying Ukraine because I couldn't tell if I was watching a fucking movie or not. Finding out about, or not finding out, but hearing all these people who are making claims and investigating black markets of human trafficking, drugs, ammunition, guns, bomb. Where the fuck is Iran getting Tomahawk missiles from? Ah, Iran or Ukraine? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Seriously, people, it's just and I think they're up to what, 2.5 million? Probably 3 million now. Uh, that's a lot of bodies, man. Anyways, I appreciate you guys and I appreciate Nitro. Nitro's been there for me. We've spent a lot of time here hanging out, bull crapping, and I don't know how to explain it before this, guys. I just sat here isolated in the desert, and all this stuff would just kind of run through my head, as I sat here on the sidelines watching the world. Uh, and it's always been, I'll never get used to this lifestyle because I've always been in the middle of it, just trying to keep up, and bad things always happening like they do to good people every day. And so now that I'm kind of idle, I'm on the sidelines, I'm watching more than ever because I'm not busy, caught up in the hustle. Uh, yeah, wow, it's interesting. I'm not one of them people that live in the hills. Yeah, no, But I don't judge them anymore. You know, when I see people who completely lost their fucking sanity, dude, I don't really judge them anymore. I'm just like, well, how can you blame them, man? Everything they based their lives and their backbone on was built on bullshit and lies, and you know, they probably are just less resilient or took it more. I don't know, but you know, everybody sitting here listening to this right now can relate in one way or another. Life sucks. It has its moments. Uh, but at the same time, like Jordan Peterson's pointed out, it's like the chances of you being born are so slim. How can you even take that for granted, you know? That man knows all the statistics, and they're amazing statistics when you look at it as a whole of what the chances you even being born are, and then making it through birth to childhood, from childhood to adolescence to maturity. You know, it really is something. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the crazy people ain't really the crazy people. I tell you what, man. I don't know. Yeah, it would be great to have one big old perfect world to uh if we had one big old perfect world, we could just all magically make everything happen, right? And that science thing too, it's like I think they forget we're mammals and like naturally, like instinctively uh but yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see what happens. That's all it really, you know. Uh People are so forgetful too. Um, why do they want China in the United States farmlands? Why do they want? Why? They don't even fucking know, do they? Why do you want them out? Well, this is just like that Indian song, man. This is my land. This is your land. No I'm kidding. You ever seen that stand-up comedian Nitro? He's an Indian guy. He does a lot of native jokes, and he's got like, uh, I'll have to send you the clips on Discord.
Yeah.
But he sings the one song like "This land is my land, this land is your land." Now get or something. It's funny, but anyways, yeah. And then a lot of the news clips too. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like they're circulating 2 week old news right now and all this stuff, and just it's like stop, guys,
Oh yeah, we
stop.
get that in the UK as well.
Like Tucker Carlson said, the only people that are still watching the fucking, or the only people that support the war in Iran are people born between 46 and 66 uh, that watch Fox News. And it's like nobody even watches the news anymore, dude. Fucking unless they do, because like it's a bad habit. But I'll tune it in just as fast as I tune it out. Is how I operate. I'll turn it on and then turn it off. But when I was a kid, I liked to watch Fox 13 News, where my grandma lived. I didn't even live there, but I'd watch that news over there, and they was cool. They had this dude named Big Buddha,
Mm.
and he'd go out and meet people, do things, go places, and then it would shift, you know, to 8 o'clock news. You know, more death, more rape, more murder. I turned the fuck off. But anywho, see you, Tyler. Heck yeah, thanks, bro. Got to be up to go plow snow. Well, don't work too hard, brother. We'll probably be off live stream when you get out of bed. I've been on graveyards for steady months now. It feels like
Yeah, this
the
kid can put in
events.
the shift.
Dude, I tell you what. Luckily, I've had a lot of pot, so I've been like more copacetic. But I've been smoking an ounce every 10 days. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I've had a better month. I've had like a better month with all the bullshit that's because I've been playing my cards better and I got more pot. That's great. But so yeah, but no, it And yeah, it's just um. But like when I met Nitro, and I mean, hell, dude, I'm talking about being in the middle of mental breakdowns and stuff a lot of days, and but just like anybody else with your situation, you just got to find your way through it, and and fortunately, in my situation, getting through time is one of the big things. Well, this stuff helps kill time, so it's not as easy to put in the long shifts though, Nitro, now that I can't live stream music and stuff because of being monetized.
Oh
Um,
yeah, because you can't listen to the music unless you listen to.
yeah,
Well, I guess then you want your audience to want to hear it as well. But you could listen to it uh, just in your own headphones. I could. I need to show you how to do that on Discord on OBS.
I was gonna actually reach out to you when I got monetized about that, and I was gonna ask you because I thought with like the truck game, my dog gets pissed off when I turn off her TV to play music while I'm trucking. And anyways, all that being said, um, how do I say it? It would be ideal, especially for truck sim, because the trucks and things, they're loud. Trucking's good. I've had a couple viewers kind of be like, "Hey, man, you're not talking to me," and I'm just like, "Well, I can't really talk to you guys over the truck."
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't, I'm not smart about getting the software that will be like automatically mute my. Uh, I need to learn OBS. OBS, I won't lie, dude. Like I had no clue, no skill, no experience, and I managed to start live streaming with it. I got my mic working. I got my capture working. Now, utilizing it to its fullest potential is something I do not do. I was looking into adding the overlay chat, and then I just keep telling myself like, "Oh fuck that." I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll look after your people. OBS isn't too bad. You can do cool stuff. Oh, you're not going to see it because you're not seeing my stream, but you can do cool stuff. I've got um, a blueprint for the project I'm doing in Out of Ore. Well, just starting, and I can make it pop up on the screen so my viewers of the live stream can see it.
But yeah, Big Mike Nitro's awesome. Check out his YouTube. He's live streaming too. He's actually probably uh more entertaining. He does. You do videos and stuff still too, correct? Or has it been slow because you've been busy?
Yeah, I still do videos. They have been a little bit. I've not been as consistent as I should have or I should be. Um,
Mhm.
to try and get like better, like I did. I did
Yeah.
a couple of weeks where I was consistent, and I jumped from 100 to 108 people in short space time, and then yeah, and then I haven't been consistent. I haven't got anybody new for a while. So, what is my? It is. It is Nitro 50. No, 55 gaming. I think if I add that, see if that. Let's just double check. Yeah, at Nitro 55 gaming. That's my like tag.
Yeah, guys. Give old Nitro a subscribe, man. I need to learn how to when we do these. Uh, I need to learn. Oh shit! Hang on.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike. So yeah, if you just search that name in the search bar of YouTube, then you'll find me. But yeah, legend. Oh, cheers. Appreciate that. There's... Hey! You're double streaming it now, like me.
Sorry, dude.
That's alright.
Whew.
You good?
Yeah, I thought my dad fell down. It's windy as hell today, so something just like banged off the back of my house, but I was wearing headphones.
Oh, right, yeah, shoot.
So I just ran over there to make sure he wasn't bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, we had the wind yesterday, to be fair.
Well, it finally made its way across the channel. No. That's the Atlantic Ocean, I believe, isn't it? Because like you'd leave New York to go to London, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
I was talking to a German. Heck yeah. Thanks, Big Mike. Yeah, Nitro's been awesome, dude. One day, Apex Doom, he found me through Truck Sim, and he was pretty cool. Like, I guess he watched more than I thought he did. So he kind of caught, like, parts and pieces, and then, of, like, what day-to-day life for Tunnel Rat's like, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And then, so he showed some support early on, as far as, like, he gifted me this game. He also got me Railroader, but I just cannot get into it for some reason. As far as
Oh,
like,
you got Railroader too.
yeah, Apex got me Railroader too, and cause I think I was pissed off with Arma one day, so he was like, "Here, check this game out. Get into this one if you want, maybe." And
It's not
and
a
I
bad
started
game,
playing.
to be fair. It does
I
take a little
like
bit
it.
getting your head into it.
I like it, but yeah, and it's like I was telling Apex, I was like, I think I'm gonna get into that, but it's one of those games where I get in it and I'm like, I gotta learn new shit, and my brain isn't computing good, so I'm so fucking overwhelmed in life. And I've always been a really good problem solver. But I'm like burned out, so to speak, so I just am like I just want to do brain rot in my brain. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Oh shit, I just put some dirt into the road.
oh, that's fine.
I can sort that.
I just got a Scooby snack. Yuck. It all pulled through too. I went to go light up my hashish and the entire freaking straight through socket. Well, I'm just gonna chew on it like a cow.
Chew the cud.
Yep. We don't only smoke weed, we eat it too. Yuck. It didn't burn it though, so it was like, well, I might as well just eat it. That's actually pretty good. So yeah, I'll have to get with you, Nitro, because it's time as far as to how do I say it? I kind of got I'm slowly recuperating. It's time to get with the program, etc. etc. Do better.
Give a bit more. It'll give a bit more variety to your channel too. Not that you need it. You got your sort of like couple of games that you're really regular in, which is better than me. There's a lot of like mishmash on my channel recently.
I think what differs mine from the average one that you'd stumble across to is the fact that like when I first started doing it, I recognized where I was like, okay, usually in Arma you spend an hour to have 15 seconds of excitement. And so what better of a way to capture that than with a game clip? And then whether or not you're, and I would like, my stuff was always on the Vietnam subject, so it was retro as far as Arma Vietnam, and then the music, etc. So it was different. Um, I think some people, I don't know how to explain it. Like 6 million views ain't that much with Arma, or excuse me, ain't that much. But with Arma, I don't even think that game has sold 2 million copies. And every time somebody looks me up while we're playing Arma, they're like, "Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that short of yours." So that
Oh
being
damn.
said, I've noticed. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool, Nitro. I've had it happen like 5 times literally in Armory Forger when I say, "Hey, if you guys want to see yourself in the movie, we're live streaming right now." And usually it'll come up when I ask people not to play music because I don't want to, I'll be like, "Hey, I'm live streaming. If you don't mind, don't play music, please."
Yeah.
Usually I'm not that nice though. But anyways, the point being, people will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna look you up." So you give them your info, and then they'll, a lot of people are ignorant, so I'll come back with it. Well, I got 6 million views, and originally I did that in 40 days. My views haven't gone up because I haven't had anything go viral because I haven't tried, or I gave up on trying because the short algorithm thing is broken, and with world problems, like I don't know how to explain it, dude. When Charlie Kirk got murdered and stuff, there's more important shit to be watching than fucking video games.
Yeah.
But it showed, dude, like right after that, all the views just stopped, and I respect it because it's like, yeah, people go out there and figure out what the fuck's going on. Stop watching cartoons and video games like something, that shot hard around the world, so to speak. Heck yeah, smaller streamers is where it's at though too, and I try to too as far as I I mean, what I was gonna say, Nitro, is those. I no, we need to take time out and do this proper. I need to figure out how I can link his YouTube with mine while we are live streaming together, because that's kind of teammate I want to be. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, I've done the same. But just put your like tag in the description when you start your
So
stream.
do you hashtag it or you edit? Edit.
Just add it. Yeah.
Okay, so put that little A, whatever that thing's called, and then
Yeah. The little A in the
put
circle.
your YouTube's username in it. That's all I got to do.
Yeah. Because we're subscribed to one another, as you start typing my name, it'll come up, and you just click it, like select it, and then yeah, I think it'll link the streams like that.
Okay, I'm gonna fix this real quick. Oh shit. Okay, I can't fix it right now,
That's all
but
good.
I can stop streaming and then start streaming again, but I can't change anything like I thought I could. But yeah, I need to remember to do that for the because that's the kind of person I want to be, as far as be like, heck yeah, dude, let's work together and not be, uh, And then I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like one person, I never did play with them, but oh, that was it. I think it was Crow, not Crow 111, but this one guy named Crow. He hasn't came back since, but he showed up, and I think he was like a live streamer on console or something. So he was trying to like get me to run with him so he could use like uh for something, because he was, like I said, it's the you can't get the audio and certain things, radio chat with console, etc. But anyways, like he fucked off, never came back after I didn't play ball or do what the hell he wanted me to, as far as follow him around
Yeah.
or whatever. And then I seen him in a different Arma streamers chat, so I know he's still out there, of course. But yeah, it's like, so. But yeah, the only other creator that's reached out to me besides you, Nitro, is Man vs. Games. And I think he's been on GTA 5 kick, because every time I see him online, he's on 5M.
Yeah,
So I
I
think
seen
he's
that.
been.
He keeps popping up on stream in there. Oh, I mean on
Oh,
Steam.
does he?
On Steam, yeah, not stream.
Yeah, on Steam, yeah. I never see him live or anything, so. It
No,
never pops up on my thing.
I think I don't know if he makes video. I think he makes like long form videos, but I'm not sure.
That. Yeah, I need to get with him more. Last time I heard out of him, he wanted to do Convoy, and I was just the only reason I was on Truck Sim was because of the viewers. I even said to him, I was like, "Hey, you guys, I haven't played Truck Sim in like a month. I'm sorry." And that's where all you guys came from, and you're watching me play Arma instead, and that's not cool. But but yeah, I need to get with him and because he'll be tickled pink. The massive earth diggers are almost unlocked as far as like
Yeah.
the excavators and shit we were kind of waiting for. Uh, so he'll be excited. And then
Oh,
Apex, like I was, what's up?
Mike said he's heading off. I think.
Oh, alrighty, Mike. I'll see you later, buddy. Thanks for checking up on that Nitro. I'm pushing the dirt like crazy right now.
That's all good. Oh, he's
All
going.
right,
He's
man.
getting into iRacing. Yeah, I seen you were
Yeah,
playing that, weren't you, Tonarat?
yeah. So one of my, so Revan, I don't know. I made like 33 bucks off of super chats, and I didn't know it yet. But
Nice.
YouTube sees my money, I guess, because I live stream Arma's Ukraine Russia server. I don't know if it is directed at me or if it's AI or what yet, because it I don't know how to explain it, dude. It like YouTube's fucked up. They only pay you once a month out of it and all this stuff, and it's like I've had that 20-30 bucks sitting there for 3 weeks or something, and it won't even let you submit your tax information yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so it's cool, but yeah. So thanks to a viewer, Revan, I managed to. I looked at it and I said, "Well, I got 33 bucks in YouTube thingy. We'll purchase the $10 iRacing subscription, and we'll do some iRacing. Honestly, prospecting. That's where Big Mike came from. Uh, was I started iRacing, and did an iRacing stream, and that's we found some new people that way. But so yeah, and that's what I was telling her. Evan was I made a joke. I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to actually like find sponsorship to do iRacing because I can't afford $15 a month fucking subscription. It's just too much. Like, yeah, I can afford it. I could, but god damn, $150 a year for a game that is, no, we're
You're
not doing
never in the
that."
content because when the subscription finishes, it's gone.
So last night I showed up, street stocks, Charlotte. I'm like, all right, let the rubber roll, dude. Uh, I fought for first place for like 20 laps, dude. Literally, neck to neck. Started in eighth or something, and then I'm in third. I'm in fourth. I'm in third. I'm in second. I'm in third. I'm in fourth. This guy named Carlos pit maneuvers my ass, and he was a problem as far as for like 4 or 5 laps, dude. This dude kept bumping me, and I'm like, dude, there's nowhere for me to go, I can't fucking pass between them. I can't go under them. Like, get off my bumper, Jack. What's he do? The minute they damn near wrecked up on the front, and oh heck yeah, you joined for a year on iRacing? Heck yeah, dude. And oh yeah, so I got the membership thing too, and I tried to set it up. I don't know if it's set up or not. It's very strange. It's very strange. So, anywho, you guys rock though, and I just appreciate the view time. I never would have dreamed with 4 or 5 followers you could get monetized. Um, my most concurrent viewers is like 33, and I'm pretty sure they were bots. Heck yeah, $77 for a year. Yeah, I seen that. That there, 77 bucks for a year, and I thought about it, and like I said though before, my feelings about it is that if you live, eat, sleep, and breathe racing, what's the big deal about spending $1,000 even? the average gamer buys 20 video games probably in 5, 10 years. Um, I know a lot of guys every payday they go out and buy a new video game. They just collect them or something. Or I don't know why, but the point is that, you know, so it's like if you live for that or like love that, then it's really not that wrong to go out and buy all that stuff, because what's the other guy doing? He's spending the money, it's just on different stuff. But hopefully we can see you out there, Big Mike. Yeah, better make sure. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I really like it, but when I get on there and I run 60, 80 laps and I'm sitting around for 3, 4 hours just to get spun out or wrecked or ditched, or race against someone that has a DLC bought car that I can't technically literally beat at all, even if I, unless they screw up and I don't. That kind of stuff's, anyways, but they're tools, man. Some people use them better than others. And that's me, is like, how do you explain that? They got that old saying about the man of many trades but the master of none. That's kind of like with my video game series here, as far as we play all these games, but really we're not a master at any of them. Or, you know, we don't really, you know what I mean. Anyways, but yeah, Nitro, I feel like live streaming is a good way to gain ground, because people will scroll across it, and a lot of times they'll be like, oh, hey, that looks pretty cool, but I'm too busy to watch it. I'll subscribe so I see it again later. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I've seen an increase, at least in the UK. Um, with my shorts catching um, more interest from people than my long videos.
Yeah, the shorts definitely are uh, the new. Like when I first started doing this, I said, I can't remember, I think I was talking to my mom. She said something about, well, when you start live streaming, and I laughed and I was like, I'm never going to do that. There's shorts is the only way to do it. Nobody watches anything anymore. They don't have time or they're too stupid. And then that was me talking with like not knowing, as far as like, oh yeah, dude, there's still grown adults out there in the world. It's not all kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And because like when I made shorts, it was like, holy crap, dude, there's just a lot of mean, crappy people on here, and they're probably bots and trolls and whatnot. So heck yeah, Big Mike. Yeah, and that's kind of what everybody said, you know, as far as like everybody's just like, ah, you know, I was bored watching, found yours, and you know, it's we're definitely organic. I like the way Nitro put it, as far as that's one I haven't heard that in a long time, and I thought, oh yeah, that's a good way to explain it. As far as like, we don't watch any tutorials, we don't do research. Literally, when I was setting up a sorting plant, people in the chat were making fun of me because I couldn't figure it out. And because I was trying to do it like I really would in real life. I was trying to connect my Jenny straight to the power box. You know, blah. I didn't know about the input, blah 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 blah, and you know, so yeah, iRacing. Literally jumped in a practice lobby. Let's go, and then I went and raced. You know, Armory Forger. I used what I knew from Arma 2 and Arma 3 and DayZ. So yeah, anyways, I remember like 6 months ago, told my own mother, I was like, I ain't gonna start live streaming. Nobody watches that shit. Well, I really appreciate you guys for watching this shit, and I'm glad that I'm glad this girl I was talking to inspired me to do it. Mainly because I told her, I said, well, I had a short go viral on YouTube, but YouTube shut me off when I got 200,000. You got to get like, uh, gotta get I think 3 million valid views in 90 days to get monetized off shorts. I was 200,000 away and it just turned the lights off. It was like someone didn't pay the power bill. And fucking
Hey, they've reduced the need from your long form now. It's only 500 subscribers, I think.
yeah, it's like 500 subscribers and when I went to get monetized it was only 500 subscribers and 3,000 view hours. It's actually pretty easy.
Yeah, because it was 1,000 subscribers, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, they got us so there's different levels as far as like your first step of monetization. YouTube ain't gonna pay you nothing, I guess. And then after that, after you hit 4,000 view hours and 1,000 subscribers or some crap, you can get the ad share bull crap where you get, you know, pennies for views. Like every 1,000 views is like 4 cents or whatever.
Oh yeah, for rolling ads. Yeah.
Yeah, and the way they did it was, I guess, is they got it to where it's an ad share. Like it's not. It used to be like they had to buy through your ad, or now it's like no, just it's all divvied up. So like if one guy's selling everything, it don't matter. Everybody gets a piece.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably I feel like some kind of money laundering
But somehow there's
technique.
a legal
Somehow,
loophole. Yeah.
dude. Like all these Canadians are talking about how they're winning all this money on RainBet and all this whatever the hell they're doing, gambling. And I'm like, you realize that you're probably just money laundering for somebody, right? I don't give a shit. I just won $2,500. You know what I mean? So yeah, and the way I look at it is my intent is I thought, well, if I can get monetized and I'm playing video games while I'm killing time and I can make pennies off of it, that's great. So that was all I ever thought of, was just like, oh, if I could turn it into a penny generator to where shorts were making pennies, that'd be cool. Because I'm sitting here anyways. Like, I'm getting paid to sit here anyways. So, now I'm not getting paid worth a fuck, but sure as hell could be a lot worse. But now that we're almost there, we're like 200 hours away from the next stage of monetization.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I'm like 200. I'm only 200 hours away from the 4,000 hours now, so I can do the ad share thing. So I'll learn more about that. And
Nice.
yeah, so like even though right now, like say if someone super chatted me $5,000 right now, I couldn't even submit my tax information to YouTube. I can't even get it out. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know. I'm sure eventually I'd get, you know, my chunk of it. Like I don't think
Oh, I think
YouTube
you
would
have to earn a certain amount.
Yeah, you can set the bar whether you want it to be like $10 or, you know, it's all. But yeah, no, it's just it's kind of weird how it drags it out as far as like time wise. Like you know what I mean? And I wonder if it's validating, checking, making sure, you know, because there's been some really bad shit that's happened on live stream. Uh,
Yeah.
you hear about that one dude that I guess he's a veteran, and his girlfriend left him or some bullshit. His wife left him while he's live streaming. He just grabbed a 12 gauge shotgun, bang,
Oh
on
no, I didn't know
webcam.
about that.
I didn't know about it either.
That's rough.
Uh, I heard that and I was like, "There's no fucking way." And well, yeah, sure shit, it happened. Uh, the one I heard about not too long ago is somebody donated to somebody to go out and beat up an old woman on live stream, and they fucking did. They beat her to death on live stream, and it's just So I think that's probably why YouTube's like so dragging it out. But yeah, like this monetization thing okayed like 2 weeks ago, and it still won't even let me submit my tax info. But all this being said, I'm super grateful that you know, like I said, with 4 or 5 people watching, just a matter of time, it bang, you're there. You know what I mean? And so once we hit that 4,000 hour and we get that ad share and all that opportunity, I'll start pumping out shorts again and hopefully have another one go viral. The problem is too, though, is that things have changed. The gears are changing. A lot of crazy shit, current events. New, ain't nothing good gonna come my way till Hell Let Loose Vietnam comes out. I feel like is how I feel. I don't think nothing good's gonna really happen till Hell Let Loose Nam
Yeah.
with big views. I think Armory Forger's kind of like I think you know it's kind of past its viral stage.
It never really took off properly, did it? Because there was a lot of like, is it even like full release? Is it actually full release? They were updating it for
It's
ages, like in beta, but um,
it's on 1.69 now, and uh, but no, I don't think it is. And as far as I know, like they have no intention of DLCing or it's literally just that they claim it's a prototype for Arma 4 crossplay and everything.
that's it. That's what yes, that's what they said. I
And
remember what they said.
so as far as I know, dude, like we will never see expansions. But they also started doing the make Arma not war thing where they're like looking for the best mods, you know, where they make a DLC out of your mod like they do.
Yeah.
So that being said, I don't think I don't think Arma 4 is coming out anytime soon.
No.
Judging by the conditions of Arma Reforger, you keep fucking dreaming for Arma 4, dude. And then plus, what is Arma 4 gonna be, dude? It's gonna be a bunch of drones,
Yeah.
bunch of robot dogs. It's gonna be just, it's not gonna be exciting for a video game perspective, if you ask me. Now these younger people may find it thrilling because that's the way they're gonna be killing people, and that's just the thing. Like I play this for excitement or fun or cinema. Uh, like with Arma last night, we had some pretty cinematic things happen. I captured that looked good, and everything was like, "Hey, that was nice. Like that would make a nice short." But everybody else is doing it too,
Yeah.
and oh, yeah, if it makes you feel any better, I was playing Arma, and this one kid was like, "Oh, I'm streaming too." And I was like, "Oh, how many people you got watching right now?" And he's like, "Oh, 560 or something." And I was like, "Holy shit, dude. The most I've had is 33." And I was like, "Well, how many view hours do you got?" And he's all, "Well, 60,000 right now, but I don't have enough subscribers." Uh,
He had
what?
60,000 hours.
Yeah, 60,000 view hours in a month
Oh
with a new
damn.
YouTube channel, but not nobody subscribed. So he can't get monetized yet, you know what I mean?
Oh, that sucks.
Now, I'm sure he'll catch right up. You know how YouTube is. Give it a month. You'll reach your little goal or whatever. Um, but I think he's gonna go big. You know why? Because he sounds just like Operator Drewski,
Mhm.
Karma Cut. He sounds just like those kids do. And those guys have turned into young men to full-grown men. Now they're fucking grown adults. And you know, so like I feel like that LJ, what's his fucking name? I call him LJ. He's got a long name, but
I think I know
anyways, yeah,
who you mean.
I think he's gonna blow up though as far as get really popular. And I've seen some of his shorts, and he has like multi perspectives of the drone perspective, his perspective. All the comms are there. It's all perfect. It's all been AI enriched. It looks like, you know. And and that's the thing that I'm just like, you know, that's cool, man. If you want to go out and sell bullshit to people, like, you know, uh, with my short that went viral, it was literally, this is what you get. This is what you pay for. Apex says Arma 4 will be Terminator Salvation. That
Yeah.
is no joke, dude. The uh like my one short that went viral that really helped me was literally just getting out of a Huey that gets hit by a rocket, and then I shoot into the trees, and then I get hit by a rocket in the face. Because it's literally that's what you get. That's what you pay for on Arma. It doesn't matter if it's Vietnam or Iraq or uh, Russia, Ukraine. You're getting noob tubed by GLs, rockets, or bush Wookiees. All this cinematic crazy. Dude, you got to play for hundreds of hours to capture one of those moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and you know how it is too. It's really easy to make something look seamless that actually took 4 hours.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So their little seamless 45-second clip, like a lot of my clips are compilation of like a whole week of gameplay. Anyways, um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm headed with this because I've had people ask me like, "Well, what direction are you going with this YouTube thing?" And it's like, "Fuck, I don't know." Um,
Well, be organic. That's not a bad thing.
so yeah, and that's kind of what I've thought about Nitro since I've been asked that, and I've just kind of thought to it kind of, and you helped me make up my mind too with, well, what am I doing with this, or what is my end goal? Our goal with this, besides capturing the memories, because this stuff's all temporary, things always change. Even the MacVSog group I used to play with, and I captured most of my shorts from. I could not go there again and recreate those or have those same instances. They would be different now. So, that being said, it's about the memories, and then uh, you kind of helped me figure that out, though. That's what we're doing here, or what we're providing here with Tonerite YouTube. If it benefits anybody, this is what you're going to get for about $2,000 US dollar.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm sure somebody out there more resourceful can obtain what I have for less, but yeah, for ballpark $2,000, give some, take some to get internet, computer, monitor, keyboard, mouse, controller. I can't even imagine what your setup costs, Nitro, with the joysticks, etc.
I don't know. I don't. I
So,
don't actually know. I got to
and
figure it. I think.
a lot of it comes from, dude. I know, right? Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I went to look and see how much left I owed on my computer because I thought I paid off more than I really did. But then I got looking, and like a good chunk of my payment is some bullshit insurance that I didn't even want the fucking person working there stuck on there anyways.
Oh no.
So I'm just kind of like, I want the insurance for my equipment, but I don't want the employment insurance to where they'll pay my bill if I lose my job because my job, fucking, I'm a bum, man.
Yeah.
What do I tell them? YouTube seized my money for promoting homophobia and transphobia and Islamophobia, and we eat bacon and we talk shit on people that fornicate with goats. So they seized my money. Aaron's, can you make my payment this month? I don't need that insurance, but it's the cool part is, dude, like if my house fell down. Now, if I took it in there and they said you raged and beat up your computer, they could probably get out of paying for it or replacing it, but
Yeah.
they probably wouldn't because it would affect them because you know what I mean. But the reason I took the route I did was I said, well, if anything fails or goes south on the hardware, it's covered, 100%. So like if my house fell down tomorrow, crushed my PC, I could take it in and 100% replaced. Uh, blah blah blah. So that's kind of nice,
You wouldn't have a house
beneficial.
where you would have a computer to stream
Yeah.
on Tunnel
I wonder if they
TV.
wonder if they let me plug it in the store. Just hang on.
I need to make my stream, man.
You'd see me on the news at Walmart, like that one guy that was live streaming from the photo thing. or whatever. They have those computers you can use at Walmart, and one kid managed to get on YouTube and start live or Twitch and start live streaming something.
No way.
And yeah, he was asking for donations to, uh, like yell out racist slurs in Walmart, pretty much.
Oh god.
And the dude was like, hey man, you gotta go. And he's like, but I'm streaming, man, just like he said it. And the guy was like, fucking busting up laughing, trying not to, uh, lose his job. Because he's telling this guy like, I'm sorry, dude, you gotta leave. You can't do this here. I gotta end my live stream. So yeah, you'd see me on the news. Man found living in appliance store. For 6 months he lived in the ceiling. Only came out at night.
But his live stream was on every day.
When I was like 19 years old, I was at the mall getting a phone. So I didn't have a phone. And I seen this kid. This kid was like just a nerd, wearing sweatpants and a winter coat, and he's all fucking curled up there with his cell phone playing mobile game. And that shit really just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, that was just like as bad as seeing a homeless person, as far as it's like, this fucking poor kid has it so bad. He'd rather come sit down here at the mall in dirty clothes on his phone to play video games, because that's all he's got. And so like, yeah, to be able to live stream and show people the game and shit. And I won't lie, dude, it sucks, man, because there's constantly people that comment on the shorts. Oh, I wish I could afford a computer, or my computer died and I can't, and it's like, I'm that person that always feels bad. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I waited 16 years to get this computer. And this is temporary too. Like I was telling people, it's like my retirement plan is not a plan. It's like the day my dad dies, it's gonna be a mad dash to get back into the race of the real world. Now, if we can build up a YouTube channel in the meantime, that's phenomenal. That is amazing. That's great. Because then it'll be less work to maintain or develop down the road, you know. So that's the optimistic side of it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just fucking. It's nice to escape and all that stuff, but yeah, it's gonna suck when we're sitting here live streaming and there's like the power. It's already been an issue in my area because of the power changes with them shutting down some coal plant bullshit. The power, every time the wind blows, the power goes out. It hasn't gone out yet, but I've had like 3 or 4 surges hit this PC already this year, and I'm like, you motherfuckers, don't fuck up my computer, man. Ah, that's all I got.
Split in Two had some power issues, I think. Recently.
Yeah, and back east, I don't know where he lives, but back east, dude, it's terrible. The infrastructure, it's old. And that's why there's always been a high demand for linemen here in the States. It's like one of the big jobs they don't talk about is they're desperately trying to replace power lines in different parts of the grid.
Oh, really?
Oh, fuck, it's so outdated, dude. A lot of it's built shortly after World War II.
Oh, damn.
You know, like, you go out where I'm at, dude, they still have power lines being used that have glass insulators on them. And they're actually still a live wire. And, of course, they got a lot of underground and things that are, See, that's the crazy thing that we keep running into on Out of War, guys, is we find these spots where there's, like, big old, looks like, and that's how the game developers tell you to prospect. They say, look for dark spots and start digging. You'll find reserves there. Well, we done that more than once here. And it's weird. You start cutting the overburden off, and it's like it keeps birthing overburden. Oh, no, here's your core sample. Oh, I forgot, dude. We did a core sample up here. I found your old hole.
Oh, the hole I digging and I blew it up.
Yeah, the core sample hole.
Yeah,
Where it came out of the face.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm traveling through it right now.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ah!
Oh, yeah, I see,
I
see.
It's open again, too. Yeah, so we're running into a lot of dead ends here, too. We keep finding these little reserves.
There's a
So I
good bit
think,
of coal in this hill that you
heck
found.
yeah. I feel like, too, we're gonna have dead end, and then eventually it'll be like, we'll find it, and it'll be, it'll be good.
Obviously, we might be missing some by not cleaning out like the pay dirt, but
Yeah, the pay dirt is where you get like your precious metals from, as far as I'm aware. Like in micro, uh, obviously though, with the amount of pay dirt you go through, you probably stockpile more copper and gold, and like the gold especially, because gold's very valuable. Yeah, man, we've been so busy talking about other things, we haven't had to listen about the price of fucking gold. That's been nice. They'd never shut the hell up about the price of gold, price of gold.
oh really?
Oh yeah, well, 'cause it's demand for creating all these chips and things. That's how come the gold mining made a big comeback.
The old gold rush.
You know what's wild too? Joe Biden was buying Russian oil while sending Ukraine money. All that shit got just came out of the because Trump's like, yeah, we're going to be lifting the sanctions on Russian oil in the United States right now because of the Honduras Straits are closed, and like nobody even brings up, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot, Trump, you had to put sanctions on Russian oil to try to get Russia to stop fighting because you know that we was buying their oil so they could fight their fucking war, that we was dumbass stuff.
Yeah,
um
it's pretty yeah, incredible.
it is incredible, and I think from what I see, like the Brits have the same kind of people going up there and saying like, "What the heck are you doing? You're doing this and you're doing that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares." And just yeah, nobody really cares. They're like, "Yeah, we do that." But yeah, that's the wild thing about just like here at home. Yeah, Trump sanctioned them, and it's been hurting Russia's economy, uh, uh, big time. Because he wants to see people stop dying.
Yeah,
And the point is though, yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, everybody hate that guy, but don't ask the other guy why you shipping the one guy money and buy like, what the? And why was we paying uh $6 a gallon for 3 years instead of buying Venezuelan and Iranian oil? If China could get it for $15 a barrel, while we was paying out the nose for it. I bet what it was. Bet what it was. Just common sense. I haven't even opened a book yet. I bet when they sent aid to Ukraine, that's why oil in the States got so expensive, was probably because they probably put a tariff on us, as far as us buying Russian oil. They probably said, oh, well, you got to pay this surplus now because you know, you're helping the enemy. Anyways, probably something really fucking stupid like that.
our prices are ridiculous now. And you know the worst bit is we don't even get any oil or gas from the Middle East,
No kidding.
but they actually is all the pump station owners, like all the companies, like profiting from the war, using it as an excuse to put the money up. Obviously, the oil, the diesel and petrol they've got in their tanks is already paid for at the old
Oh yeah.
price, but they put it up
Yeah.
for the consumer.
When I worked for the oil company that owned gas stations, they would buy from ConocoPhillips refinery up in Portland, and I asked him one time. I said, "How's that work, really?" And He said, "Oh, it's all set in contract." And I know he was full of crap. It ain't set in a contract. I think what it is the refinery, like there is guidelines, there's law limitations, and depending on where you live, of course. But yeah, if you go watch the price of oil, the barrel, it changes every 5 seconds. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, those little Knieven cunts literally sit there and watch that and capitalize on that. And that's the other thing is too though, is that it's just like like the old orange man said there though. Uh, Here in the states, fuel went up $1 a gallon between like gas. From what I can tell, gas went up 80 cents and diesel went up $1 where I live. That's a small price to pay for uh, you know. But I can't side with, because like I said, I've been hearing about Iran my whole life. I don't care about Iran.
No.
I'm not Iranian. I don't care about Israel. I'm not a Israelian. I haven't even made it through the stories of those women that was kidnapped and raped and mutilated and brutally tortured, while Sleepy Joe Biden and Kamala Harris didn't do a fucking thing for them. But the night Trump gets inaugurated, they're on an airplane and they're coming home. That meant something. That's something to be proud of. Um, do people care? Do people remember? No, no. Now, 2 days later, somebody can go do something that makes you discredit anything they had done. But anyways, the point is like I haven't even got through that. So, um, uh, and that's the other thing is too is that I'm recognizing with the people that are making a living off of spreading the gospel or researching and studying and trying to spread the information to the public, they seem to be forgetful too. And I don't think it's that they're forgetful. I think that it's just when you're trying to keep up with global hardship, you can't. It's impossible to keep up with everything. So, anyways, that being said, it's just like, but I don't think people, I don't think, I don't know how to explain it because I've never sat in the same room or seen them in the flesh. But I don't think that Trump is as forgetful as these people are. Okay, and that's something.
Yeah, I
To,
wouldn't say so.
I think that guy remembers a lot of the '60s and the '70s and the '80s and the '90s and the 2000s and the 10. And anyways, all that being said, yeah, I don't think he's as forgetful. And one of the big things that's really like for for the whole Epstein dirt or this whole bull crap, what happened? What happened to the? Oh, there's a picture of him performing oral sex on Bill Clinton. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're trying to trip a dude. Like, what kind of, how low do you go to get someone mad to make them lose their composure?
Yeah.
And what he do? He flipped a guy off in a Ford plant. You know what I mean? For calling him a pedophile protector. Flipped that guy off. That guy got $1 million donated to him overnight. By who? Probably George Soros and BlackRock. And when you look into it, because he got suspended from his job for his actions. Anyways, the point is that yeah, I don't know. And then even watching I don't know how to explain it, like the big guys in the name, like Tucker Carlson and all these people, and Alex Jones and all these people are like, I don't support this. This is bad, and it's like you're just on that. You don't know what to think, so you have to say something. So you're just on that, and like, because yeah, nobody wants to see anybody being hurt and killed, and it doesn't matter. Even if you go out and kill bad guys, good people get hurt in the mix.
Yeah.
You can't. There's no isolating or mitigating the evil of that, and nobody should. And that's the thing is like nobody, no animal should have to pay the price or be a victim of it. But yeah, I don't know. Remember Did you ever watch The Walking Dead?
Yes.
Remember the Sanctuary?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. That's just what it boils down to. The Sanctuary. Yeah,
I
come
did
here for Sanctuary.
I did a scare maze, like a Halloween scare maze at Thorpe Park of the Sanctuary, and it was horrific. Do you know the bit where they had their heads over the bath and they're having their heads chopped off?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to go. We went in the corridor. Our group was split up, and like some of you got sent into a corridor. You had to put your head over a metal trough,
Oh wow.
and this guy obviously pretend, but he'd swing like an axe, and it was set up enough so he would swing it, um, but he could like bang the trough by your head. It was horrific. It was
Yeah.
we had to climb through like the yellow bus at the beginning, the school bus. We had to go through the school bus, and yeah, it was there were zombies and stuff, and like the van that they had a van. Um, yeah, it was cool. I love that kind of shit.
I really like that show. Uh, and then I could, how do you say it? Like I could see what was happening as far as like the people that were in charge kept changing. Uh, as far as like employers and people, like the original writers and things would get fired and
Yeah,
canned and done. And but yeah, anyways, that's kind of a good way to explain it. Is you'll have a bunch of people they're going around doing evil things, and once you confront them about their evilness, they're gonna say, "Oh well, some bad people came out here and they made us this way. They made us this way, whatever." Um, but yeah, that's just the thing. I don't think the concept. I don't think that is really people understand is that like there's people out there that would rather eat you, breed you, and eat you than go out and raise farms and livestock and do, and civilization is pretty cherish. Civilization is a pretty beautiful thing.
it is.
Yeah, it's just yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, like I was saying though, it's like I've noticed even like these guys that are big in names and politics and these things and know these people and like the way they're even because they don't even know what to think and say, but they can't act that way. That's not how they can't. I don't know how to explain. They can't. That's not how they work. So they gotta, you know, say this and say that or say something. And so it's kind of interesting to see. Like Carlson's going around saying Trump's turned his back or betrayed all of his supporters, and it's like we don't even know what the fuck is going on. We don't have the fucking intel.
No.
We shouldn't have it either because of social media, TikTok, Facebook. Uh, you know, it's really you don't need communist spies of espionage anymore, sleeping with our intelligent people. You just need data. Um, anyways, which they probably already had. Like, they probably got their uh, yeah. But anyways, the point of the story is though is that it's just like nobody even knows what the fuck is going on besides the people that are there. And uh, yeah, I like I like that Rubio guy though. I will say I really liked Rubio. That guy's a badass. I hope he runs for some kind of presidential here in the United States. The uh, Hagseth guy, Pete, uh, they're really shitting on him. And as far as I can tell, he reminds me of just any career military man. Uh, so hopefully, you know, hopefully they can be a team and not have uh, I don't know how to explain it. I could see that guy wanting to rage war because he was uh, how do you say it? He's like a career military man, and I guess he was a captain when
Oh, so you reckon they might want might want to
I
revisit
feel
that?
like that's the kind of guy that's like wants to get fucking even and get the job done
Yeah,
and knows like that's what they did with Iran strikes and nobody's really calling it out for what it is like well you got a guy in charge that was boots on the ground during large scale military operations seen from the inside out how fucking stupid they are and repetitive and stuff. So what they do on paper, they went from top to bottom instead of bottom to top, cleaned out house. Nobody's ever really done that before, and that's why they don't know what to do because, well, nobody's ever went and blasted a major regime's entire leadership in one 24-hour setting. And the guy that's the kid that's supposedly key chief of the tribe now hasn't been on
seen.
audio, hasn't been on
Yeah,
film. They circulated one picture of him that was AI generated, and God knows. But anyways, the everybody just wants to talk about Israel and this IPAC money and all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, like, I don't know nothing about that Israel dude. Besides, he's another one of those U.S. appointed prime ministers, and I don't really like that stuff when we do that. But you know what? Uh, one thing at a time. You know, I'm kind of looking at my own people between, but I don't know. When I seen that prime minister and Donald Trump on the podium, it was the same demeanor out of Trump as when Dr. Fauci was there. As far as like, I'm not fucking happy getting told what to do, and I'm getting bossed around. And Trump hates that fucking shit because he's got the little man syndrome, so to speak, as far as he loves to be just center,
yeah,
and he loves to be number one, and he's got that same kind of fucking demeanor as far as like I'm being forced into this because it's in the best interest of national whatever blah 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 because of these people, career people that who knows though. But yeah, it's just I like I seen a clip on Joe Rogan, I think, and the guy asked him on Joe Rogan yesterday, so does he like text you and stuff? And Joe Rogan's like, I get these True Social updates. And, I don't know. Fucking- and he says, yeah, how about that Iran thing? Did you see that coming? And Joe Rogan's like, no, I didn't. Did you? The other guy's like, no. But I didn't watch their whole podcast still, but I thought that's at least good on them as far as they're just flat out honest. As far as like, I don't even know what the fuck to say or think. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, so, but yeah, man, I really hope that. Oh, I just started working just in time for break. I always show up at the right time. My goal is, because up top there I'm not accomplishing much. My goal is to get it to where we can start digging out the gravel. Um, because yeah, that's why. But anywho, so yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see though. Um, I seen another deal come out last night to where they were saying that Jeffrey Epstein's hiding in Israel, so they're bombing Israel to
Oh
create a
god.
distraction and or bombing Iran. Yeah, and I'm just like, really? I don't think he's I don't think he hung himself in New York. Uh, but like, come on, people. There's still predators in your area, and they're getting away at large. If you care so much, do something to stop it. You know what? It's story time. I swear to God, I swear on my grandmother's grave, last summer, I was in my hometown, and when he's driving down this street, and it's between a school and a residential block, and a highway and the ballparks. It's kind of like, it's not downtown, but it's kind of a busy part of town.
Yeah,
We're driving down the road. 3 blocks ahead, way up ahead, this black sedan. It's like a Honda or some kind of Toyota 4Runner, newer car, 4-door. Uh, I'm driving down the road. I'm not, just normal day, and I see this little 4-door or SUV, mid-sized, pull over on the opposite side of the street, like you do not park. I'm like, huh, that's weird. We're driving down. We're getting closer. We're getting closer, and I see it's like the corner block by the main road, and there's a trampoline next to this little house, and these 2 kids, these 2 blonde-haired gals, they're like 4 and 5, are jumping on that trampoline. And I get closer, I'm literally a block away at this point to where I can make out that it's a Utah license plate. We're not in Utah at this time. So I'm actually like looking, and there's a big old, because out here we have flash floods, so there's a rain gutter dip there.
Yep.
And so I slow way down to drive through that big old flash flood gutter in between the blocks, and that black fucking rig stomps on it, and then it turns left to go to get to the Harrison Drive that takes you to I-80, and I'm still trying to compute like what the fuck's happening, you know what I mean? And when they sped off, I knew it. I was like, all right, dude, this isn't right. And those 2, okay. So as we're pulling up to that rain gutter, those 2 kids jump off the tramp and start running for their house. I'm coming up to the block that they're sitting on the far edge of now. The black SUV, midsize, takes off to the intersection, doesn't stop for the stop sign. There's like kind of designated paths to turn left or right because it's a T intersection.
Yeah.
And it goes to like take a right, but it hits the left turn. So like, all this person is freaking out. And that's when I knew. I was like, all right. So I punched it to get up to that intersection that they was speeding off from, and there was traffic coming both ways. And that motherfucker, it's a 20-mile-an-hour road that runs down there that takes you to Harrison, that takes you to Interstate 80. He was gone down that thing. I did call the police, and I reported it, because it's right there. It's literally 2 miles from the Utah border, that town is. That's the only time in my life I've ever seen something like that, as far as, like,
suspicious,
suspicious behavior. And then I never would have thought anything of it, even if those 2 kids ran off like they did, and I would have drove by and that car would have just sat there. I would have never thought anything of it. I thought, oh, they know him, or hey, go get your parents, or whatever, normal, whatever. And it is a border town too, so seeing out-of-state plates and shit all the time. It's an interstate town. There's always people traveling. But as far as like people with out-of-state plates being in like locals, it's really common because it's a border town. So all that being said, that was the one time I ever seen something suspicious. And then the way that person reacted as far as taking off, the kids are running off, and then they like hit that to take a right, and then they go flying down it to the left. It was like they were freaking out. So yeah, and you know what's pathetic is I could have chased them down if I had fuel in my truck. As far as if I even had I don't even think in my diesel pickup at that moment, because I had my dad with me, and we was going to cash check, do financial things.
Yeah.
So I didn't have no fuel in the truck, because we had just got to town and was getting ready to go to the bank and do all that bull crap. And so the point is yeah, if I would have had fuel in my truck, I could have like pursued, followed them. And then, no, my luck had been like, oh, I'm the ice cream man. No, but that was genuinely, I can swear on like judgment due to that person's reaction. I was a fucking predator. And growing up there, because I grew up in that town, kids were constantly disappearing. They still do. They get nabbed off the interstate. You can look it up on Google. 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago now. I want to say, yeah, it has to be 4 years ago because my dog's 4. State trooper seen a van going 5 miles an hour posted over the speed limit. Stopped the van. Noticed that the driver's wearing gold chains and all sorts of pimped out Mexican stuff, and everybody in the back is wearing sweatpants. Guess what, dude? They were being human fucking trafficked, slave labor,
Well,
right through Wyoming in the United States of America. State trooper, highway patrolman, doing speed watch stopped it. You know, it's just like it's right there in front of us every day. You know what I mean?
yeah, in plain sight.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what I just get mad with people when it's like we gotta stop hyping and focusing on these one things, guys. And I feel like what it is, I don't know how to word it, but I feel like we are at a new kind of war. We don't even know it. We don't even understand that we are at war right now. And they are acting from the inside in, and it's widespread. How many years ago was that the EU Union dissolved? Now,
Well, the EU is still a thing, but we, like the UK, have come out of the EU.
so Britain and excuse me, like Britain and New Zealand and you guys are no longer one joint pack, right? You're all
I think our king is still king in. Is it parts of Australia and New Zealand, or yeah, we still own land basically over there. Our the
New
British.
Zealand, right? I think Australia is segregated completely, huh?
Oh, is it?
I think
Yes. So
Australia,
New Zealand, then yeah,
yeah, like or the fucking lady in New Zealand is probably appointed by your prime minister or whatever, or your king and queen,
yeah.
I think. I know, but I remember when that was like crazy. Everybody in the States was like, "Did you hear about the EU? What? The Union dissolved. They fell apart." And it was like, "What the fuck?" You know, like economical hardship, all this stuff, blah blah blah. They were saying, and
Yeah, there was like the I think what happened was I think the EU was a thing, and then the European Union was a thing, and then it kind of and then did it because I remember we used to go to Spain, and they used to have so they didn't use when I was younger we used to go to Spain and France, and they used to have their individual currencies, and then they obviously the EU was the United uh no what was it called European Union was created, and then everyone had the euro except for England. Um,
you have the pound.
yeah, we have a pound. Yeah, we have the pound still. But yeah, there's like Spain used to have pesetas, and I don't know what the notes were, but pesetas were the coins. And was it cents? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, pesetas. They had coins with a hole in the middle, looked like a donut. Um, yeah, and then yeah, the European Union was created. But yeah, where excuse me, when the UK left the European Union, it was there was a lot of things promised and nothing acted on, and that's what's kind of fucked us a little bit. But
I haven't even looked in to see about BlackRock and George Soros, trying to get in there too, as far as like what he has done to. Uh, they got we don't get there's all the Russia phobia thing here, so the information is little to none. But like they're going hard against George Soros and Rockefellers and stuff in Russia right now, and because they got caught red hand. George Soros got busted red-handed. Uh, what was that? I can't remember the deal they was doing, and it fucked with the ruble really bad. Like
oh, I see.
and but anyways, that's what George Soros likes to do, and he's been caught. They got the documents showing funding protesters here in the States and probably in the EU, of course, too.
Yep,
But they're the ones behind that funded, paid, organized protesting. You know, try to get people all riled up. But anyways, yeah, it's just oh, it's too much to learn. There's not enough hours in the day to figure
understand
it
it
all
all.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, to understand it all exactly, and that's what it is. It's a lot of like I don't understand, dude. This is, man. Did you watch this thing?
No.
That's weird. This one just doesn't get dirty that easy.
No, I know. It's weird.
Okay. I turned my graphics down too. Maybe that's part.
Oh no, it is like shiny clean for me. It's not getting dirty.
Yeah, it doesn't look as detailed. I don't know how to explain the textures. This stuff's in prone to update the next day or two. They're going to be doing patches too.
Yeah, like the blade is
I'm sure.
wearing, but
Yeah.
or maybe it's not getting as dirty as fast. Maybe the others got dirtier.
I'm sure they slow the wear down because that was one of the issues with this game was equipment starts falling apart in like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And it was a little ridiculous. But how's your project go today? What time is it there?
Oh shit! It's 2 in the morning.
I was gonna say, yeah, I imagined it was getting pretty late for you, but
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was that late. That's why I've got no one coming to visit my stream because everyone's in bed.
mine is. I tell you what, Nitro, it's not a good time for streaming right now. As far as the views are down low right now. The last week has turned the world upside down once again. Nobody's watching video games at the moment. I've deleted a couple of them because like 20, 30 views in 3, 4 hours when usually I could get, a little better than that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, also next time I'll hashtag your channel in it. That way you can get some United States viewers. Right now I've only had, I think my peak was 4 or 5 viewers. Yeah, not everybody's watching the world, I think, right now, wondering what the fuck's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
I don't I don't know how to explain it, but everything we've talked about for anybody that's stuck around, okay, now it's just me and you in there. No I'm kidding. Um, Probably though. A lot of times it's just me in my own live stream too. But anyways, point being is the all this what I've said though is that I think of what we're doing is we're kicking China's ass, and they can't tell America, they can't tell everybody that communist China is trying to figure out how to become bigger. And long story short, the actions in Venezuela and Iran topple China because where do they get all their oil from?
Yeah. The Middle
Venezuela
East.
and
Mhm.
Iran. And now they ain't getting that.
Nope.
And those people are a threat. And what have you noticed that too, Nitro, that China copies the West and the EU as far as the way they dress, the way they act, their cars,
Their
their
cars.
cigarettes.
Yeah. And then they send their cars over here.
Yeah, and then they start sending their cars over here. Yeah. But yeah, I've noticed that like their military, they all wear the same kind of uniforms that we would wear in the 50s. Uh, and I think what it is they're trying to act like oh we're gonna find the golden age of society and preserve it for our people, blah 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 blah, and they try to project that communism works. And anybody that's been there knows that well they're just like North Korea, they've extincted themselves to the point of but we have that issue in the United States right now as far as families aren't reproducing. Immigrants are coming over and they're reproducing like 4 or 5 times the amount we are.
Yeah.
So they say statistically in a century, uh, the ideology is going to flip regardless, just because of the fact that I think it was the Somalis and the Muslims specifically are breeding 5 times to 1 to Christians or whatever. So they were saying like, oh, that right there, give it 100 years,
That's crazy.
that alone, because of all the family generational religion. And that's the other side of it. See, I'm not a biblical dude. And I know a lot of these fucking Middle Eastern and Western wars are over the Bible and
Yes, they are.
over Arabic uh, Muslim stuff. And that stuff to me just blows my mind as far as it's like, damn, bro, you're caught up in that
All
deep,
over a dusty book.
all over a dusty old book.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to go with there's like I like this one conspiracy, dude. There's all these different, say there's like 50 Earths tests, and they all see what happens to which one, and that explains our solar system and why the this and this and that, and like all these. It's like, whoa, man.
Yeah.
but but yet again, at the same time, it's like, uh, uh, how do you say it, man? It's just like, uh, they got all the evidence out there of stars. Like, what's taking the energy away from that star? Like 30% of that star's energy is being sucked out of it. They're watching it, they're analyzing this data, and that's where the fuck, we need. I seen a short today. It says man made this, and it was showing, Europe, the Middle East, everywhere, all these uh, GoPro footages of shit being blown flat, cities being blown flat, and then God created this, and it shows all the birds and the turkeys and
Yeah.
the elk and the moose and the wilderness, and it's like hell yeah, dude, I'm finally on that same page with y'all as far as yep, fuck mankind, dude, we suck. It
Yeah, we
took me a
really
long time.
fuck things up, and we don't do very good at repairing it either, do we?
No, no, yeah. So now that there's like 8 billion people on the planet, we have all this tech. The past is excusable to a point because you're like, well, you didn't fucking know any better, caveman. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now you guys know better, and yeah. And then it's just like, oh no, it's just all bullshit, greed, money, blah blah. Nothing ever gonna change there with that. But the loudest people are those crybaby fucking liberals, and the point being is I just look at what are they doing. You know what I mean? Um, I can say that in the liberal Democrat states, I noticed there's more like recreational showers and facilities at fairgrounds and campgrounds. I noticed that. Okay, I will give them credit for that. But you know what happened? They had to close them all down to the public or the clients or the customers, so to speak, because of the junkies and the bums were having big old orgies in them,
Oh God.
literally. Yeah, dude, I was out west. I was trying to, when I was working out of a truck, living out of girlfriends' houses. At one point, I didn't have a girlfriend to live with, so I'd go down to the campground beach, the beach access lighthouse thing to shower.
Yeah.
And they're like, it was $42 a shower because you had to camp the whole night now.
Oh damn.
Not two. Yeah, it used to be $2. Well, they was all going. The homeless people was going down there putting $2 into things, sleeping and doing drugs in the showers and fucking. And it made like big news, but I didn't hear about it because I wasn't there when it happened. So, anyways, but the point is then when I was down in Colorado, which is a super super left state, uh, I noticed the fairground had a super nice shower for the cowboys and people, and I'm sure some liberal approved that grant where you go out there to the diehard Rocky Mountain, Western Utah and Wyoming state, and that old red boy ain't gonna build you no shower, no facility because he knows that some hippie's gonna squash a turd down the drain with his foot and shit on, the
Yeah.
walls, and so their attitude is, So anyway, all that being said, but yeah, it's just like, huh. But yeah, they uh I think that's what we are witnessing, and I think that's what's going on. That's what's going down is we ain't picking on the Middle East. We ain't picking on Cuba and Venezuela. We're picking on people that are trying to, uh, how do you say it? Um, Trying to build a war machine, and the intel's there. Man, China. I,
Good old
I, I hate
China.
I hate to be that way to be like, fuck them people. It's not the people. It's the communist dictator party. I hate them as much as I hate my own government. So I can't say I want to see my government go help and liberate them, um, because I don't think that's going to help them much.
No.
But at the same time, anyways, yeah, it's just uh, the cycle, the times. But all that being said, I didn't mean to turn my channel into a crapping on liberals page, but it happened because they cry the most, they scream the loudest, they kick the hardest, and they ain't out there feeding homeless people. They ain't out there, you know. The only people I see doing stuff for people are content creators that are going out and doing handouts and stuff. whether or not they're doing it for attention or to show the world that, hey, this is the kind of person I am and this is the thing I want, whatever they're trying to curate or create, whether it be for uh, the better of helping people, or now a lot of people help people that, nobody ever knows except those two people
Hmm.
or whatever. But you know what I mean? I'm saying a lot of creators go out doing handouts because they know they're going to get
Views or whatever.
uh, they'll get views, they'll get followers, they'll get donations. Um, what's that one British guy? He's got brain cancer and it's killing him, and he's not asking people for money, but he's trying to get the big monetized channel so he can donate it all to the cancer uh, research studies and stuff. Like that dude's genuinely awesome,
Oh, I'm not
and
sure.
he's got all the pictures. Next time he pops up, I'll share the link in Discord.
Yeah.
Um, he's got all the pictures of him getting surgery, and I mean it's a real deal. He's not some fake, and anyways, but so yeah, there's still a lot of amazing people out there. But yeah, what the fuck are these Democrats kicking and screaming, protesting, doing, helping anybody? You ain't fucking helping anybody. Go prove your point by helping people. And after you help enough people and prove enough points, eventually your cause will gain traction and it'll go somewhere. But until then, you're just a fucking crybaby.
Yep.
And it's like the one day I was ranting about this, I was kind of like, I know I ain't out doing nothing for my. And I got thinking about it. And I was like, man, fuck this. Both my parents was disabled when I was a teenager. I stayed loyal to my family. I never turned my back. I went to work. Uh, I sacrificed anything that I could gain or obtain just for the better health of the community, so to speak, and within my bloodline there or my people. And to this day, it's like, well, do you realize the resources that it would take these buffoons to caregive for my father? And and we all know how the old folks' homes are. They're just a schoolhouse that you go sit at and wait to die in, and sometimes they help you get there quicker. And
Yeah.
so at the end of the day, it's just like, well, I am taking a load off of my local resources that are already little to none, because when I was trying to utilize my local resources, they had none. So that being said, and the only people that come to help is Medicare, or excuse me, Medicaid, state affiliated institutions looking to permanently house him until he dies because they would like to collect his check. So that's the only people that genuinely show up looking to help. The one nurse that we had was amazing, and but she got a better job, and then the other nurse was amazing, but she was older than my father, and it's like you can't expect this woman to bathe this man and do all this stuff, and I'm not going to discredit her. She's working her ass off, and she's older than my dad is, and her son is passing away. That's only 10 years older than me, and all this stuff, and it's just
That's
like,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just like, fuck, man. So and this was, this is just little bits and pieces of the travel, the journey of my journey, day to day life, and then people have shared with me, viewers have shared with me a little bit of their experiences and things. So and it was the wildest thing. This one old boy showed up one day, started bull crapping about his situation and experiences in a similar situation I'm in. And then the next day, I found my dad stuck between the tub and the shower, and ever since then, he's been on full dementia plane.
Hmm.
Uh, it's like, yeah, it's. I don't know if he's got brain swell right now or what, but um, point is that it was like kind of like a godsend, because literally the day before shit hit the fan and reality woke up again around here, after being dormant for a while. The individual is, it's very humbling, just 24 hours before to be reminded, like, hey, dude, it's been hard, but this is, you got this, and we made it through it. And but I won't lie, he hasn't bathed in 4 days, and I've been trying to do it every 3 days. I haven't showed up for work, so to speak, man. And I
Yeah.
was thinking about that. This is where the deterioration starts in the man, in me, is because it's just, I've always viewed it as, it's like work. You show up whether you want to or fucking not. But the last time I was doing it, it just, I don't know how to explain it. It just takes it's not that bad, but it sure does take it out of me. And I ain't had the energy to deal with them. and I know that he was neglecting it a hell of a lot worse before, so I kind of justified it with like, well, if it's another day, it's not like it wasn't, it's been
Yeah, not as bad as last time.
not as bad as it had been the last couple of years, and because it's, anyways, long story short, uh, yeah, dude, I haven't showed up for work, so to speak, and but tomorrow morning, and a lot of it is that, they're old, they want to wait till, he drags it out. He wants to wait, and he says, "Oh, it's cold. It's miserable." It's like, dude, it doesn't matter, dude. If it's 80 degrees in here or 60 degrees, it's fucking cold. Yes. Anyways, we get through it, and so anyways, but tomorrow, I'm just gonna have to be like, "Hey, dude, we're doing it on my time, not your fucking time," and it takes 4 hours. It feels like.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those deals where it just gets dragged out, turned into blah 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 blah. It's like, oh. But yeah, I haven't. I gotta be honest, dude. I haven't had it in me. I haven't showed up. It's kind of like, okay, whatever, dude, a day or two, that's fine. But, if it turns into a week or two, then you've dropped the ball, so to speak, or what. But we won't drop the ball, obviously. But yeah, it's been, just to be a realist as far as, like, my shit stinks, dude. I'm not fucking perfect. I ain't showed up. I ain't done my,
Well,
uh,
everyone has them times. That's pretty normal, isn't it?
yeah,
I wouldn't don't let it get on top of you. It's a tough it's a tough gig.
yep, for sure, man. But like you said, don't let it get on top of you. I know that the pressure, I guess metaphorically, the overwhelming pressure that has burdened Tunnel Rat is relieving, and slowly but surely, and the live streaming has helped, I think, because now we're actually allegedly we're talking to people instead of ourselves.
Yeah.
But the point is that actually I think saying a lot of it out loud helps too sometimes for
Yep.
the hard bits. Sometimes when you actually say it out loud, and it does help. And I used to, my old coworker plays Xbox, and so we'd catch up on Xbox, and I would get on the party a lot of nights because he still works second shift, and I would just sit there and ramble like someone that had lost their mind,
Yeah.
just about like stressed out, this, fuck this, the girlfriend's gone, this, that, this, and my old coworker, he's 10 years older than me, so he's been there, done that. He knows what it's like, and but so I can say that, like, I've noticed a positive, um, I've noticed a positive uh, impact since we're not isolating out in the desert as alone, and then like I don't really care. Like I think it's cool, obviously the better performance or the more viewers, the more chats, it's all great. I'm not saying it's not, but it is cool to have a small YouTube because you actually can talk to someone over the chat, and I'm sure it will stay that way for me for the most part, to where catching people at times where you can kind of talk to one or two people at a time and pay attention and get to uh, get to know them, and that's the
Like quality interaction.
yeah, quality interaction. uh, and then if we keep doing it, and if it ever gets bigger, like obviously when we're live streaming Hell Let Loose, there's gonna be all these people asking questions, and you know just everything under the sun, because it's a big title that's gonna be new. I really hope they don't screw it up or delay it or whatever. But anyways, all that being said, the like that one, it's gonna be impossible to even talk to people, because it's gonna be like, well, we're doing this and learning this, and all these people are gonna be asking questions and stuff. I won't be able to talk at all. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate you guys, and I am a very selfish live streamer. I feel like, as far as it's It's like hanging out in my basement. It's like smoking weed with Tunnel Rat in his basement.
Yeah.
Kind of what? It's almost like a one person said. It's like a podcast. If we just sat here in this, we were on Arma. Is all. If we just sat here in this truck and talked, it'd be like a Arma podcast. And that's actually what a lot of our Arma runs turn into. We start. It's like this one kid who lived in New Zealand. I was playing Arma with, and he was like, "Are you in the United States?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "What do you think about ICE?" And I was like, "Well, I think if you got a bunch of pumped up federales with badges running around town, you probably don't want to be around them, citizen or not. Federal cops are you never want to be around federal agents, and
No.
they I haven't had to deal with them a lot in my life, but like I've seen people get busted selling drugs in neighborhoods and stuff. I've seen them come to town in their SUVs and they stick out like sore thumbs and they dress different and so like they're pretty hard to miss. But yeah, every time when I was on the West Coast and they'd come out there to bust these pot farms and stuff, fucking get away from those guys. And they act under a different law book.
Oh, do they?
There's a lot of fine lines in that. But if you go like I'm talking like that statement comes from if you look back into like bootlegging, tax-free liquor days, moonshiners and stuff,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the Hoover administration. So they have like different authorities and, uh, so to speak, like than regular law enforcement.
Because obviously
Like
the law enforcement in the US is a lot different than the UK.
you notice when a cop in America shoots somebody, the cop goes to prison and they lock the key and they lock them up and throw the key away
Yeah.
most of the time. You notice when a federale, I call them federales, you notice when a federal cop shoots somebody down, nothing happens. Like, it's all, like a CIA, for instance. The CIA guys, like, those guys are pretty much, like, trained to, like, if anybody even threatens your life, you just fucking kill them.
Yeah.
Because you're more valuable as an asset to your state, so to speak. Uh, Crap like that. But no, the federal cops like those. You think those prosecuting attorneys and all that stuff. They don't even pursue trying to press charges like they do on those city cops or sheriffs when they go out and do stupid shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of where that statement comes from. I don't know the rule book. Obviously, I when I was younger, I thought it'd be cool to work in law enforcement because I recognized they had a good retirement. And then after looking at like what, yeah, it's like, no, it's not a good idea because I'm too nice of a person. Yeah, I just don't.
I couldn't. And also, I'm too opinionated on a bad person. Obviously, it's like innocent till proven guilty, but I couldn't think that way if I know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
like, and then I feel like too, like the more experience and educate, and like I feel like those kinds of jobs do change people, so you never really know. But it's like they always talk about like when these cops go out and just fucking snap and go unhinged on somebody. It's like, well, look at how many hours that dude's worked in the last 10 years. Imagine all the interactions and stuff. Like,
Yeah, with
yeah,
dickheads.
yeah, like my statement's gonna be like, oh, well, the solution is RoboCop, so I'm not trying to say that, but it's like they're only human, dude. And imagine if you spat on me and stuck me with enough meat, and if I scooped enough people up with shovels off the highway from drunk driver and all these tragic things, I would probably turn into a creep. I'd probably lose it too.
Yeah.
Get to a point to where I looked at people and just seen monsters. Even if they wasn't bad people, I'd still probably think they was the bad guy.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's the thing too that like firefighters and paramedics and police, like a lot of times, dude, when you're at a scene and they're scooping somebody up into a bucket or a wheelbarrow, they ain't gonna be like, oh, that's not my job. They're gonna be like, hey, brother, let me help you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like now, there's always that case scenario of piece of shits. They're everywhere. But anyways, so yeah, dude, there's a lot of hands-on stuff. Those yeah, but luckily there's still a lot of good. I've seen a not to change gears, but I've seen a deal that was someone took a cell phone into the prison that Epstein escaped from. The place is a fucking slum hole, dude.
Oh
Like
shit.
garbage cans overflowing, roaches, mice running around, just like
Oh really?
no,
That bad?
like yeah, like how do you explain it? Even janitorial maintenance isn't being done, or like looks like some third world shit. They're not even taking the trash out. Systematic fucking, and not trying to be a, now they got some fucking, uh, I don't even know where he's from as mayor, whatever, but that fucking, that goddamn white guy before, the guy that was a mayor during COVID over there in New York, the one that was like, ooh, get your vaccine, get these free French fries, eating French fries on the podium. It was the weirdest thing I ever seen. Pete De Blasio or whatever. Those
Yeah.
motherfuckers are have they're like the kings. And where are they at right now? They're gone, dude. They're out enjoying their wealth, hiding from the
I was
reality
gonna
that they
say yeah,
created.
hiding.
Yeah, dude, it's wild, man. And then like the one guy in Minnesota, the one with the luring centers. I'm sure you guys even heard about the Somali fraud daycare center in the United States. A YouTuber discovered and like completely unveiled this giant fraud scandal up in Minnesota.
Oh
um,
really?
you guys never heard about Nick Shirley?
Nah, not me personally. Anyway.
I don't know exactly how it all started, but there's a daycare in a pre-start daycare in Minnesota, and it had a sign on it, and they misspelled learning. They forgot to put the N in learning. Okay, so they looked into it a little bit more, and it turns out there's this huge fraud scandal with these Somali daycares and these taxi service, all these different businesses that there's been grants and all these things given out for to fund.
Yeah.
Uh, so the daycare, all this bullshit, blah 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 blah. The one taxi service they showed up to was like a little sweatshop, like a little souvenir sweatshop, like you'd see in a third world market street kind of setup.
Yep.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for such and such transportation." And these two Somalian dudes are like shitting their pants because they're like, "What the fuck? How do they know?" And anyways, this kid, he went from YouTuber all the way to testifying to Congress overnight, man. Because they
Oh
called
shit.
him up. Yeah, Nick Shirley had to go testify to Congress, man. And now the poor kid, he can't sleep because everybody in the world wants to kill him and his mom for going out and disturbing the peace by finding this fraud, you know? And so yeah, that's so if you the leering centers, if you ever see a joke about leering, it's learning without an end. Well, yeah, the Minnesota governor dropped out of the race. It was the guy that was running for vice president with the lady
Oh yeah,
just
yeah,
this
yeah,
last
yeah.
election. Yeah, that was her vice president. That's the governor of that state, and he's like completely. Well, he lives behind a big black fence at his house, there. So Donald Trump called him a retard. Said that guy's a retard. So people started driving by Tim Walz's house yelling retard. So this guy holds a press conference. People are driving by my house yelling the R word. Everybody, this radicalism. And yeah, that's all the bullshit that was going on before the Iran deal.
Oh damn.
So, and I think Elon Musk, I think what happened there is Trump and Musk and everybody's like, dude, they want to kill me. They want to kill my kids. They want to scalp us. They want to burn us alive. Every one of us. What do we do? And Trump says, do whatever you got to do. Tell them that you hate my guts because I won't mandate electronic vehicles. And that was never promised to Elon. So Elon's not going to overreact over something like that. It's not like he promised it to him and said, you betcha, buddy. You help me out here, I'll get you whatever you want. It wasn't one of those deals.
Yeah.
Elon Musk said, "We got open borders, and Democrats are saying, come on in." It's like and then no voter ID law. What the fuck? This is not American at all. This is a hijack. we need somebody to stop this. That's what he was about. Was about securing American elections, not securing EV mandates. You know, yeah, sure. Elon Musk wants to see electronic car. That's not the point. But the point is that I don't really think that Elon Musk is so stupid and pitiful that he would have said like, "Oh, Trump's on the Epstein list. He's a fucking pedophile," because he didn't get what he wanted. You know what I mean? I
No,
thought,
he is more intelligent than that, I'm sure.
I think Trump said, "I've been through all sorts of heat. What the fuck's a little bit more gonna do to me? Say whatever you gotta say to try to get them people off your kids and your back. Whatever. I don't care." And that's probably the like, you know, probably if I could scenario it out, that would be the only logical, real scenario I could imagine is Trump being like, dude, they can't do anything more to me. Like, uh, they're trying to say there's a picture of me sucking Bill Clinton off. Like, literally say whatever you got to say to get him to not want to kill you and your kids. Thank you for helping me. And,
Yeah.
whatever. And yeah, so, anyways, all that being said, and now that it's been 6 months or 7 months since all that, it's like still the crying and the kicking and the screaming to where it's like, man, this is how people want genocide. This is what happens that leads to genocide. Years and years of screaming and crying and kicking till everybody just is fucking tired of it.
Yeah, so the foundation.
Yep. And I don't know. I feel like Europe and I feel like all of Europe and all of the United States managed to obtain it. Private ownership, private wealth, uh, right to property, rights that protect people, individuals, blah, 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 blah. Now, there's always millions of case scenarios that, people that were the system fails them day after day after day, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying it's perfect, but by all means, it's like, man, we had you know, it's just these people. There's a policewoman that was trying to get pardoned by Trump because in 1992 they were issued canines in their department for the first time, and they said this is how we separate police and criminal interaction. We sick the dogs on them. This is how you do this. This is your training. They formally train the officer and these officers to act this way. They do. The dog mained the hell out of this immigrant. This was back in the 90s. It was a Latino illegal immigrant. He got the shit chewed out of him by this dog.
Yeah.
Like muscle laceration, extreme damage. So they sued the crap out of the department. And the state's prosecutor pressed charges on the policewoman. She's been sitting in prison doing like a 30, 40-year sentence because she did what she was trained to do.
Oh, damn.
So somebody could cover their ass, you know what I mean? Uh, and that's just like, that was just one deal that came. Like, I've heard 100 of them, uh, of people reaching out, and it's just like, whoa, man. And that's the thing with the phones and stuff, like the dating apps and shit. I don't even get on them anymore because I've started looking at it and I'm like, this girl could say she's 21 years old. She could be fucking 17. All she has to do is make a Facebook account saying that she's born in this year, and that's what her age shows up as. Get the fuck off there, dude. You don't want to accidentally talk to I don't even want to talk to a 19-year-old girl. Because
No,
honestly, like,
it is pretty
when,
scary how easy that can happen, to be fair.
yeah, so, and it's like when they're 21 years old, most gals, at least in my trailer park, they just want to go down drink. So I'm too old for that shit. So I tell them, you come back when you're 25. But yeah, it was like the dating sites and stuff. I mean, luckily it's like, but I'm just human like anybody else. Years ago during COVID, I remember I noticed something on Pornhub. I said, why is everything labeled stepmom and stepsister? And then you hit trending. What is trending? Teen porn. It's fucking scary, man. That shit creeped me out. And then that's when I started to realize, like, oh man, this is demonic, dude. Like, this literally is, like, this is dark shit. And whoa, 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 and it started, and that was before the internet was telling you, like, hey man, like they're. So all that being said, it's like, fuck sakes, people. We're we had a football coach or a pee-wee football coach, baseball coach, got busted because he was a pedophile, and he took off in the woods, uh, like literally ran to his house, grabbed shit, and ran off into the woods, never to be seen again.
Oh damn.
We still haven't we haven't heard any follow up about him either, and he was like hot news there for a month. Like, hey, come on out, face the allegations, whatever, and they're man at large, last seen with a gun. It's like, whatever happened to him? There's no follow up story. You know what I mean? Uh, did they catch him? Did they prosecute him? Fuck no. I seen a deal today that made me sick. Uh, Police detectives show up at a man's house, and they show him a tablet, and they're like, "Does this look familiar to you?" And he's like, yeah." And his wife's like, "What's going on?" And he's trying to shut the door on his wife, and they were like, "We're not going to do anything, but we want to come in and check all your devices and make sure you don't possess any of this." And they left. It's like, dude, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
You guys just
Gross.
let a fucking pedophile go. You guys had all the evidence. You know he's a pedophile. You show up to his house, and he lives somewhere that's like, this was a really nice $1 million fucking house, Palm Beach, whatever the fuck looking place. Very nice. And they ain't gonna do anything about it. You're just gonna show up, make sure that he ain't got nothing on his devices that they show you. Hopefully they went back and like did more. I hope they did, like convicted him, and that was a trap. You know what I mean? As
Or
far as like
they
let it,
found something and then went back for prosecution.
yeah, like hopefully like, hey, let us in your house and we'll find something suspicious and be back next week. I pray to God that they followed through. Um, that being said, while playing Armory Forger, the reason this is all a topic and stuck on my brain is while playing Armory Forger, there's a bunch of feminized men running around. There's a bunch of meathead running around, spamming people with Israel patches and all these things. The youth is very uh, involved, I guess you would say,
Yeah.
uh, and I'm recognizing it, and that's why I'm like, all right, fuck it, dude. I'll I'll blow my big old mouth. Did I tell you I got permanently banned from the servers that got me to make the punch on my PC? I
Oh yeah, I think you met. Yeah, I think you said about it last time. To be fair.
Yeah, I called them what you guys call cigarettes, and because the guy was like trolling me, and I was like, "Hey man, you're standing on my uh my Johnson. I'm starting to sense you're a bit of a call him the F word." And
Yeah.
the person submitted the clipping. So I was like, at first I was like, I don't even care. I don't want to go back. Their server's really gone downhill. And then the server I was playing on changed maps, and I was like, oh crap. Now I wish I could. Ah, crap. So I got on the Discord and I submitted an appeal, and I was like, I don't honestly know what I was banned for. And guess what? One of them fruitcakes handled my claim. So they really made sure to make an example out of me. But they unbanned me. And I was like, hey, thanks. And I told them, I said, as a grown adult, it's very embarrassing to have to message the owner, make a ticket to appeal a ban for calling someone a name because I'm a grown adult. Uh, but I've had a lot of fun playing on these servers, and so yeah, sorry about that. And
Please let me go back
anyways,
now.
yeah, so and that's what they said. They're like, "Don't make us regret this" or something, And I was like, "Yeah, I get it. You're a fruitcake. That's cool." And I don't care. I never cared two shits about none of that stuff until they started pushing it on the kids, and that's when I stepped up and was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, now something's wrong with this." And I was raised by women. If you guys weren't so weird, who knows? I might be a drag queen. Who knows? Luckily, you guys made it look like a bad thing to do, though, so I'm safe. But get away from the fucking kids. And I think a lot of what it is it's just Uh, from my personal experience in my life, I think it's like when I see it, I'm like, oh, just they they was like born and raised and everything by women. They don't, don't make fun of them just because they're more feminine or whatever the fuck. Who cares?
Yeah, it might not necessarily be their fault.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what the genetics and the chromosomes, but when you're going down to the schoolhouse to read books to kids, get the fuck out of here because it's scientifically proven that it's a perversion, it's a kink, it's not a. Now, how they study that, I don't know, but I do know that they connect to your damn brain literally, and they monitor the electrons and the neurons in your brain. Uh, you know what I mean? In these tests and things, like it's how do you explain it? These experiments are,
Oh, like they monitor you, yeah.
and they've been doing those kinds of experiments and studies on humans forever. So when you have a certain study that statistically is proven the same thing over and over again, it's like, well, what's your case then? It's like it's anyways, the but I think that's where things got tension. Uh I don't know. Everything was fine before that one guy came along.
Yeah, a lot changed very quickly, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't want to sound like that guy, but everything was fine till Obama came around. I don't know what kind of influence Obama had globally, but it seems like Bush Senior and his dad sucked big time, and they were like kind of like warmongers, really. Uh, and they were really big into oil and gas, like the Middle East, and all that. But but yeah, it's like it's weird. It's like how did the Bushes not cause more damage? How did Obama cause more damage than the Bushes? Everything was fine till Obama got in there and started talking about trans people and this and that. It's like literally all you had to do for them was make gay marriage legal and then shut the hell up and let them do what they want to do.
Yeah,
Next thing you know, it turned into EU was bad with that too. I know Germany's, but it was all the gender study stuff.
yep.
That's when it's like, hey, this ain't about like you just took advantage of those gay people to get something else. What the heck? You know what I mean? Like the poor people can't get a fucking break, man. Everybody just fucking them.
Picking them on, yeah, picking on them.
But that's kind of what I started to think. And then now that Obama wrote a book and there's all this stuff in there that he wrote himself about, it really goes to show that like, oh wow, his wife actually probably is a man and but is got a sex change, so they firmly believe that she is a woman because that's the way they think and breathe and holy crap. But I swear to God, dude, Michelle Obama's got more testosterone than I do.
You reckon?
I reckon so. I don't know, Nitro. I think I don't know what to do because I'm like, I don't know, man. How do we have peace, love, and happiness with evil in the world? I don't want to fight. I'm not a fighter. I'm not into violence. I don't like war. I don't like people dying.
No, me
Uh,
neither.
yeah, like I don't like punching people. I don't even like watching fighting. And I just really like I enjoy it in the video games, of course. Like the aggressiveness in the video games thrills me. It's so much fun in the video game. But all this being said, it's like I just don't even know what to think as far as it's like when Charlie Kirk got murdered, I cried. I literally sat here and cried, and then and then I thought about it. And I was like, that's those people are the fucking enemy. And then at the same time, I didn't know what to think because I'm like, is this a psyop? You're telling me that the biggest, the biggest like, the biggest little man in our country got shot by a bullet engraved with trans insignia and slogan? This has got to be a setup. This can't be real. What kind of person does, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, anyways, yeah, it's like I cried. I was sad. That just broke my heart. And like a lot of people felt that way. And uh, the at the end of the day, I just don't know. I seen, gotta go study it, but I seen this still this morning where they're looking at the Israeli prime minister because it turns out while America was grieving Charlie Kirk, he was releasing statements saying that they had nothing to do with it. And it's like, what the fuck? Israel didn't, we never even looked at you. Nobody even said your name. That's kind of weird. And some of these people that are looking for conspiracies found that and they're exploiting that now, saying like, what the fuck? This is weird. And
Have they incriminated themselves?
kind of incriminated themselves. And then yeah, dude, when I look at that prime minister Israeli, I look at him and I'm like, Mussolini, Hitler. I don't like that guy. I don't even. I've heard him talk a little bit. I don't like that guy. I know he's a United States citizen too, is what they're trying to say. I don't know if it's fact or made up propaganda yet, uh, but like I said earlier, I've seen the same demeanor out of our president that I've seen during COVID. With this, is that the narcissistic is pissed as far as he's not getting to be the commander in chief, the big dick, and I'm not saying that I'm saying like I think that it's a big bunch of crap, but yeah, I noticed that same demeanor, and I've been around a lot of like, no offense, like I've been around a lot of people like Trump, and they're not the funnest people to be around most of the time because you get tired of hearing them talk and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like telling stories and stuff. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. I'm tired of hearing it because half of it you don't even remember right. And but at the same time, like we was joking about that British lady, like the one that was like, well, I would want a man that would grab me by the pussy running my country and not some soft feminine man. And it's like, yeah, the lady's right. I mean, they are feminizing the shit out of us, and it shows as far as the world is, for the most part, it's an easier place than ever. And but anyways, the point is I don't really know what to think about that. I know that there's almost 1 million U.S. citizens living in an Israeli, and it's like, why are they living over there? Are they a bunch of fucking liberals that tried to escape? Uh, I don't know. But it just, I don't know. It already just sounds just like everything else as far as you know, Korea, Vietnam. Uh, sounds a lot more motived on political power instead of people's. They always bring the people into it. Well, they
Yeah,
want to be liberated.
liberation. Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm sure they fucking do want to be liberated too, but well, who showed up to help us fight the British? Yeah, sure, the French. They mailed us some muskets and some uniforms on ship. Half of them didn't make it, if I remember right, because by the time they got here, they was rotten. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or sunk. Uh, so it's like that's what the French did for us. They sent us uniforms and muskets, I guess, during the Revolutionary War. They tried to help the most they could because they fucking hated the British too. But that's just kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, those guys sat around. Those guys sat around in some kind of structured government, whether it be uh, an Islamic regime, a Muslim. I don't even know about them things because it didn't interest me. Uh, but the point is they sat around for 40 years chanting "Death to America," and the EU guys from NATO sit around saying, "You're fools if you think you can defend yourself without the America's help. You're not being realists." And So, you know, threatening America, you might as well be threatening Britain, Scotland, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand,
Yeah.
Greenland, everybody. Uh, because yeah, if you just took North America out, Canada, which Canada's, I think Canada is the operation that is going on behind the scenes is succeeding in Canada as far as you don't need a visa no more. It was a fucking prime minister or whatever they have announced it. You no longer Chinese and Canadians no longer need passport visas to bounce back and forth, visit, travel.
Oh, really?
And then China uh, is sending military advisors and troops to Canada to work with Canadian troops. Oh no, if I remember right, the ad is if you're a Chinese soldier, you can sign up to go to Canada, and that's what it is. Yeah, so Chinese troops go to Canadian forces, and if I remember right, they reside afterwards. Like that's the deal is you can stay in Canada, kind of like Russia. If you want to go move to Russia right now, 1 year mandatory military service, uh, they'll hook you and your family up to move to Russia, I guess.
Hmm. Hopefully, it's an incentive.
One guy did it, and he's currently been MIA for a month. Some guy from Texas. He went to conscript to Russia,
Oh,
and
damn.
his wife was on the news on a cell phone FaceTime saying that, well, he came here to move us to Russia, and the part of the deal was he had to join the military, and he was a certified welder, so he was supposed to get a job in the military, not like a military, but they sent him to the front lines, and he's probably dead, if not, he's out of contact or captured, and to my to my demeanor, the way I look at it is you are taking money to kill people. I don't care if you are, and I didn't look at it this way 5 years ago. I thought, well, hell, if they're going to pay people $100,000 a year to go drive truck and shit, I'll go do that even. Because in Afghanistan and Iraq and Baghdad, there's a lot of dudes that went over there and drove like semi truck and shit, hauling ice and water and things, and they made a lot of tax-free money from the Bush administration. And so, anyways, I was kind of thinking like, well, man, if they start doing that contractor shit, because at first it looked like the U.S. was gonna jump in there, you know what I mean? Uh, anyways, point being, but after growing and maturing a little bit more, and I'm looking at it for what it really is, it's like, yeah, if you're just taking money to go kill people, is all you're really doing. So the point is, for like if I was a Russian man and a Yank showed up and was like, yeah, I would be like, all right, fucking A, you're a fool. Have a fool's job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
But
This is all gravel down here.
I put this here,
Oh, okay.
so I can't quite plow. I'm just looking at it as far as the wraparound. You know how these need to be a bowl to get in and out of them. Um, so what I did was I filled up this big old crater with the rock, and then I'm gonna push this into this crater, hopefully, into this crater, hopefully, into this crater, hopefully, and then by then I might have to cut into the bank a little bit more. I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of let the ground tell me where it's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably knock it on the head.
Heck yeah, man. I appreciate you. I the other morning I heard my computer go ding, and I was
Yeah. Oh no, let's have a look.
these. I think it's this one.
Cool.
Uh, I done buried the hole. I'm not gonna find it. Anyways, this rock, it goes down literally a mile,
Oh damn.
and it does not have any interruptions in it. Is it over here? I feel like it was.
Oh, it's blasted rock. Oh nice.
Yeah, so it's solid rock, and then if you chip it or dynamite it, it turns into blasted rock.
Yeah.
Gosh, man, where did I bury that? Like a door. Oh wait, I think that's. I see a little pinhole. Or is that just a texture? That's just a texture. Dang it, dude! It's the craziest hole that I made. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh shit, I fell in it. Come on down.
Oh shoot.
Dude, it goes and goes and goes and
Oh
goes and
damn.
goes.
This is what we need to dig then. Whoa. I'm falling too far. Jesus.
Yeah, it's still going.
Oh
Yeah, it's literally like a mile down here. It seems like.
damn. You can't even see the top.
No, and I got the overburden levels off. That's why I nuked out that hole like that, because there was like, I mean, probably 40 foot, at least 3 stories of overburden. So yeah, I blasted that off, and then I'm building the road down. So when you get back on here, we can work down
Dig
here
this out.
and but that's the thing, dude, is when you come back up to the dozer and you look down in there and how deep it is, holy crap, this is gonna be a big hole. Like all this around us is gonna get just gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a dirty grey hole. To be fair.
For my next break, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up top. Let's see here, we should be able to get up there. What I think you should capitalize on with live streaming is if you're not into first person shooters and stuff, when something like Hell Let Loose Vietnam comes out, you should live stream it and play as a medic or something,
Yeah.
or do like a non-combatant role. As far as like once in a while you'll be, you know, doing the firefights too, of course, because it's inevitable. But
I'm a good heli pilot. To be fair. But
that kind of thing too. That's yeah, because there's gonna be like PT boats and Hueys, Cobras probably, um, and then uh something like that would probably be like, because like you need the kind of people like you to fly and stuff to be successful, and that's what those games lack is the team, like the different kind of players on the team. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
That's what I was
Um,
mostly good at for Arma 3 and Arma Reforger because I have both. Mostly doing like runs in trucks or on in helicopters
nice.
to the front line.
Yeah, that would be a probably a good, awesome one for you. And then yeah, so when I take my next break, I think I'll come up. I'll probably come like right here, because we know that over here is a bunch of different metals. But I'll probably come up here on this spot that I think, yeah, because I did core sample right here. We'll see if things changed since the game updated though. The overburden up here's thick. Yeah, so it's all coal right here too. So I think what I'll do on my next AFK break, I'll just take a core sample right here on this coal seam,
Yeah, see how deep it
and then
goes.
yeah, I'll figure out how deep it goes because that'll be awesome if like I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna stick with the mentality of like the plowshare is a tool the game utilizes. We're utilizing it, we're learning about it down in that pit, but I'm gonna be cool about it as far as be like uh I don't know how to explain it. Try to compensate for, how do I say this without sounding like a piece of crap? With the tools and the resources and everything that we had available with the 100 hours of gameplay, game time put in, we should have accomplished more, but we didn't
Oh, I see.
because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I am new to Out of War. So with me learning and everybody else that's participated being being like new also to like they know about out of ore, but like as far as trying to build a giant strip mine, they don't really like their picture, everybody looks at it and imagines a different picture is what I mean.
Yeah.
That is the biggest Trump statement I've ever made. In 100 hours, we should have been able to do all this. Fuck no. We never should have been able to accomplish all this in 100 hours. No. But anyways, as far as the atom bombing, stuff like that, I'm going to not do that on a massive scale. I did that on this whole because I recognized that everybody put in a lot of time and effort to accomplish something, and we didn't accomplish as much as we could have, um, due to the fact we're doing it hardcore, and everybody's time is worth something. So it's like the least a guy can do is do some damn development. That way, when we rally up everybody else, there's actual stuff a guy can do. Oh yeah, I want to see that before you head off to bed.
Yeah.
I want to see that danged. So when you get back, Nitro, even if I see you again, are you off for the weekend or are you working the weekend?
No, I'm off on the weekend. So I'll be back around. I'll be back around the same time I joined you, like today or tonight.
Buddy.
Uh, yeah, for this stream. But I'm going to a film and photography like expo, I guess,
Oh heck yeah,
type thing.
that'd be cool.
Like all people that companies, Sony, Canon, all got stands there and stuff. So,
Nice, nice. That'll be.
because that's what I was doing more of last year. Is a strong hobby of mine is photography and videography and um but yeah, with my back being slightly injured, it's slowed me down a bit. But
Oh
um
no.
yeah, so we're going to that for 2 days, but we'll be going Saturday, well today, um and then we'll return. It's on for 4 days, so we'll return on a day that we know, because there's like talks and stuff and demos. So we'll find out when they are and what we want to go to, and then we'll return on a day that we're interested in. So,
Heck yeah, man.
but yeah, I'll be around the same time we started this stream. This place over here is pretty messy. I'm not gonna lie, but if you
Oh,
look
that's.
round here, ooh, you'll see
Oh
what
wow, yeah.
I've kind of been working on. You can see that the coal is round here. I started marking it, so the
Oh
coal is
heck yeah.
round here. Um, and obviously it's under here.
Whoa, I fell down.
And I started,
Heck yeah.
oh, yeah, started pushing it this way too. This big mound looks like mostly coal. So I don't know if there's an opportunity to actually get an excavator to. Doesn't have to be a massive one, just to try and shift some of this, um, like overburden a little bit. But
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what you thought would be best while you're gone. Let's look at the store real quick. Um, either they're still locked. I have to hit level 70, but I'm literally looking at the EX 8000 or the EX the face or the digger, the D model or the FS.
where are we?
Uh,
EX eight
they're at the very bottom.
thousand.
It's the Cheritons, but they're
Oh, you're going for the big boys.
that's kind of what I'm thinking because of the once we get into the actual production of it, we're gonna want to be able. Oh, and then there's also the. I was gonna ask you, what do you prefer, shovel or a hydraulic, like the face shovel or the old school cable shovel.
Oh, the cable stuff. I'm not too fussed. Too fair. I think the cable stuff is quite fun, but it might not. I don't know how productive it is, but
It's got a 40-yard bucket, and then the other one has a 54-yard bucket, so they're not too far out from each other. And then eventually we'll have both. But yeah, the goal is while you're gone is to replace or get the big digger, and then as far as haul truck goes, this time I won't overshoot it. I'm probably just go with the HT 400 because the 500E I couldn't even get that thing full.
oh yeah, it was a beast.
Yeah, and then so yeah, that is the goal.
It'd
While
just
you
be handy, just like where we've got the hump here. You could just literally pull it off
exactly,
and like chuck it over here, and you'd get down onto a
I'm kind of
seam.
visioning. I'm kind of visioning too right here. This is like if this got punched out to that road right here, it could actually if this gets pushed over the road, which I don't know what's under us, of course, but if we're mining out of this spot, if this gets turned into a road, so to speak, would that be okay with you?
Yeah, because that's what I was aiming for.
Heck yeah. Okay, cool. I came around the corner and I seen that looked like that's what I thought. So yeah,
So
I
this
don't
would
know if
be an
I'll,
access to the top of the hill, and then as we mine it out, the road would disappear.
I think this is where the plowshare bomb comes in really handy, where the game causes issues with free floating uh dirt like right here. I think this will work really good for it as far as just yeah, see it just cleans off the overhang.
Oh,
It
this a
never
beast.
yeah, cool. So that's where we'll utilize like and if you guys pull out blasting and do blasting while you're working, I don't give a shit if you
Yeah,
use a nuke or anything. I was just saying that for like for our point of view. I'm not like you're not gonna jump in here one day and there'll be a giant pit developed all of a sudden that I created with nukes. Like we'll use them, we'll use our debris deleter bombs logically is what I was saying. But
yeah,
like always remember if you like if you're in a pinch like that and that giving you the shits with the dozer, just do the do what you ever you got to do to make her go away. Because you know how it is in real life, this whole hillside would slough off for you, and you could build
yeah. It would
a
have
nice.
already like toppled in.
Yeah, yeah. We probably would have had a high wall failure. You'd been down there buried. Like, hell, did you at least pay the life insurance policy this month? Because I'm not gonna make it. But heck yeah, man. I'll try to get a little I know with the AFK mining, I can get the levels up just fine.
Yeah,
And honestly, it's not AFK mining; it's core sampling. And so with the core sampling, I'll be able to hit level 70 tonight, and uh, and then I might just have to sneak right next door to the plant and go dig
an emergency hole.
yeah, go dig out one of the holes and hey, uh, uh,
I should really
oh,
see what's in this in my hole one day. Oh, it's coal in here. Oh, my hole's
yeah,
gonna
you're
get destroyed one day.
one day, man. Once that big pit under us, I don't know. I guess it really just depends on too. I feel like some of the coal deposits on the surface are complete lies as far as like they were a foot thick.
Oh,
It
look,
was
a
very
red
dis.
herring.
So yeah, I think my goal is it is 9:30. Um, I think my goal is I'll finish. Are you done with your dozer?
Yeah. Do you want it back?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm gonna use it because the one I have is I don't know, dude. It's weird. It says the bucket capacity is the same, but yours pushes twice as much dirt. I feel like I'm gonna put them side by side, and I'm gonna look. I guess we'll do it in. There ain't no flat spot over here. I need to come over there. Yeah, let's look real quick here before you jump off here. Have your professional opinion. But yeah, the dozers are a lot better. I was just kind of cranky when I got home, I guess, and didn't really realize it. When I first got on, I was kind of bitter, and I was like griping about the dozer. But after using them, they've grown on me.
You got to get used to the reading the dial in the bottom as well. The center of the screen shows you
Yeah.
the body level, like the body degrees, roll and tilt, and then the blade roll and tilt.
Now I'm making a statement out of this because a man vs. Games told me at one point I wanted to buy the bigger dozer, and he was like, "No, they say on the description they say they have the same blade size, but the other one weighs 1 million more pounds." And so yeah, side by side, definitely the D12 has a better bucket. But that being said, we were worried about buying a bigger dozer early on because that bigger dozer would these dozers would dig really bad. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think it
I
has got more capacity. It'll have more power, so therefore
oh yeah,
more
look at how
digging.
much bigger the blade is. Here,
Yeah.
I'll put it back. So I'll ditch this one. But this one on the left is dirt cheap, so they are handy as far as it's only a but yeah, see the blade there, uh, the blade there's at least 2 foot, 3 foot taller,
Yeah.
at least a foot. I know I got the other one parked kind of in a hole, but actually they're flat. They're next to each other. Okay, because yeah, when I stand flat on the ground side to this one, I'm looking at the top of the rub iron. And when I come over here, the top of the rub iron's about a foot over my head. But am I standing on higher ground?
Not
Over here, I'm
really.
standing on. Oh, over here, I'm standing on lower ground, and it's nope. So yeah, this one pushes. And honestly, I've used them both enough. I can look at the cutting edges right now and tell you it's taller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, way bigger cutting edge even. But anyways, I so little things like that you got to watch out for. They'll sneak up on you on this game as far as it says that it's the same, but it technically is not. And we will learn more about the bigger diggers as we go because that's where we're headed. This will be so nice and easy too once we have mass excavation finances.
Yeah.
Uh, it'll be like cake work.
Although we'll have to build something that can keep up with the mass excavation because they are beasts.
I feel like the key to keeping up with them is going to be 2 truck drivers and an operator and the digger that likes to take a lot of breaks. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I take a lot of breaks. No. But yeah, it's going to be exciting because I haven't got to really see or utilize none of that stuff, so it'll be all new for me. I
Yeah,
haven't even played.
I've not used the wheel excavators yet. I've not had a reason to.
Well, all right, man. I don't know if I can make it happen overnight, but we'll see what we can do.
See what you can do. And yeah, I will send you a message uh, on your Saturday
Yeah.
in a bit, and yeah, see where we're at.
Steam's the best one for me
Okay,
to get a hold of me on. Discord, I'm not really active on it,
okay,
so hit me up on Steam, man.
I will do. I will catch you in a bit.
All right, see you, Nitro. Thanks,
See ya.
man.
Bye bye.